Niners! Hey, fam, what's really funny is this. Going in today, I'm like, I wasn't feeling anything. There's something about the ambiance, the pageantry. It's just scintillating. I'm sitting here watching the Kansas City Stadium fill up, all the things they're talking about, which, by the way, today it went berserk. Lamar got paid. Woo! We still got people saying, man, I knew John Lynch was, look, let me, for your own health's sake, when John starts BSing, especially when it comes to big blue chip players, ignore him. He didn't have any money. What? You could do the math in your head. 250 mil, 180. Was it a 185? There is no way in God's heaven that they were going to pay that kind of money. You got to know this. That's what I'm saying. We need to stop tripping when it comes to that kind of money. They're not going to do it. Lamar, boy, what's so funny, though? Lamar just set a new precedent. He has proved you don't need an agent to get paid. This could actually start a trend in the NFL. But you need to be really good, though. Like Patrick Mahomes doesn't need an agent. I almost said Aaron Rodgers doesn't need an agent, but Aaron Rodgers wasn't free yet. He was still, But when it comes to signing your contract, if you're really, really good, like Nick Bosa, he wouldn't need an agent. There's several players around the league who would not need an agent, and that could become a reality real soon. I'm going to tell you what. Tonight, what we're going to. Well, here, let me do this first, though, because Papa Dragon, he sent his draft in at the last second there, and I'm going to do it because Pop is so cool. Mock draft simulator, and as I noticed, Pop likes offensive linemen a lot. Let me tell you what Pop did though. Zach Harrison, edge, Ohio State. Good pick. See, this is why tonight I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Wayne Morris, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. Luke Shoemaker, tight end. Shoemaker, I got a feeling they'll do Shoemaker if he's around in the third round, and he may be first because the offensive line, the 49ers don't feel the same way we do about the offensive line. How many years do they have to prove it? They'll go out and get a ragtag bunch. No, I'm not saying a ragtag. We got a couple of guys. We got Trent Williams, okay? That was a huge move. They were really serious. We replaced Joe Staley with a guy that's just as good as Joe Staley. And I love Joe. I ain't gonna say he's better. He is. He's a little better. How about that? Okay. And then, of course, you got Aaron Banks, who is now blossomed into a decent offensive lineman, if not damn good. I expect him to be better, even better this year. And then Jake Brendel, he's not bad. He's not trash. You got him at center. Now, from center right is another story. We still got some things to be proven on the right side of that line. So for now, you got to look at what we got going on over there and just hope. Just hope, man, because otherwise we're going to be looking at the quarterback laying in the dirt saying, oh, my God, how many quarterbacks are we going to need this year? We're in the week 6 and we got to pick up another. What we got to find a quarterback? We already went through 4. We go through this every year. Any other team has no idea what we go through with quarterbacks. No matter how good he is, it don't mean squat. He's going to be killed before the 7th or 8th or 9th, 10th week. That's got to stop. That's the only reason that we don't have a Super Bowl. Hell, I know damn well that Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers are going to win against a friggin' Rams who got away with murder and had no business going to that Super Bowl. That was ours. Last year, the Eagles weren't going to stop the 49ers. The only reason they got it, they broke Brock's arm. See what I'm saying? Got to get an offensive line. It's got to improve. I'm so paranoid now. You're like shell shocked. You know your quarterback's going to get hurt. I'm sorry. Surely I digress. Byron Young, defensive tackle, Alabama. Eric Gray, running back, Oklahoma. And Dorian Williams, linebacker, Tulane. Jordan Howden from Minnesota, safety. See, these guys, that's why I want, let me finish this. Jose Ramirez, edge, Eastern Michigan. Bumper Pool. This is right up there with Boogie Nights. I love that name, man. Some guys I just want to draft on the name alone. Bumper Pool? Yeah, I'll take him just on the name of his name. Boogie Nights? Oh, please. I'm taking him first. Noah Ruggles, kicker, Ohio State. Pop, thanks for that. Here's what I do tonight, fam. I'm gonna drop a link into the chat because tonight there's a struggle with people wanting to get in tonight because tomorrow and the final day of the draft is when people want to get involved because our picks start then. But I want, what do they call, what's this toss going on? Oh, this is Kansas City and the Eagles before the game. Yeah. Anyway, I may have to switch channels here. Are they going to show the game now? You got the NFL Network. You're probably wondering what I am. Like, what are they doing here? I may have to switch to a program. Oh. Yeah, they're getting ready to run the Super Bowl. Okay. We're going to have to, yeah, let's go NFL programs. One more time to the right. Yeah, NFL. There you go. That's it. And we got, okay, it's already underway. Fam, I got to tell you, as I was talking about Lamar Jackson, as I said, I've left a link. Alex Meza, they need to draft SEC players. Them boys different. And Tribe, hilarious. Tribe says, the picks don't mean nothing. The Rams proved it. Listen, by the way, you get your one shot when you do that, Tribe. You get one shot. The Rams went all out. They spent all their money on mercenaries. Now, the repercussions, and they got past this, but they were lucky to get past the 49ers. They went out and hired every big gun you could find. That works once. And it did. They got there. But what are you going to do the next year, the next year, the next year? The Rams basically now have to start from scratch. How many years? They have no money to do that route again for how long? You run that thing with the mercenaries, you get one shot. Now, you do it the 49ers way and the rest of the league, or else you're going to be dead meat suddenly. And you're going to see that in a few years. Well, don't matter, you get a Super Bowl. Yeah, well, that year it didn't. Let's say 2030, and the Rams are still struggling to even get involved. That's when you start to say things like, well, 2021 was us. Yeah, okay, fine. You guys, drafts mean something. You got to build through your draft. You can go get a couple of mercenaries here and there, but they're going to cost you a fortune. They're going to gut your roster, and they're going to take all your money. That's a dead end. And I'm talking about a brick wall at the end of that dead end. But Lamar got paid. I mean, that's the thing. And as I said, let me look at some of the other news today. C.J. Stroud seems to be picking up momentum. But fam, anyway, the good guys in red and gold win their second and final year of the first round drought pick. Last season, us Niner faithfuls were anticipating a Deebo Samuel trade that would move things up into the first round due to all the hoopla that surrounded the contract that Deebo was trying to get past the administration, right? See that? How many of us, a big percentage of us wanted us to see Deebo get the hell up out of here and get a first-round pick. I think that's mostly because of the fact that we didn't have a first-round pick. Do you realize Deebo Samuel is very important to what this team does? We don't value our own. You get a draft pick. He may not be as good as Deebo. Now what? You step back. It's the same thing with Brandon Aiyuk. We ought to trade in Brandon Aiyuk while we can. Why? You don't know what you're going to get in the draft. And Ayuk's a bad mother. I mean, bad. But Ayuk's good. You gonna get something that good? If you don't, what did you just do? You took a huge step backwards. No step backwards. I want to bring something in to add with Ayuk. But I ain't getting rid of Ayuk. I don't think the 49ers are either. We found out nothing happened last year. This year, again, the media has put two players, as I mentioned, between the possible trade crosshairs again. Both Trey Lance and Brandon Aiyuk are the subject of trade rumors that could potentially put the 49ers back into today's draft. There may be a wide receiver, but it's still a shot in the dark. Trey's not going anywhere. I still believe it. I really don't. Trey has got to stay, and it has nothing to do with anything more than the fact that we need him in there to learn and see if he can develop him beyond where he is now. Granted, he's not where you want him to be. He's gotten hurt a couple of times, and he's probably not. Those are valuable reps that he should have been getting that he hasn't been able to achieve yet. But there may be surprises today. I can't imagine what, though. You just never know with Lynch and Shanahan. Them boys, I mean, them dudes, man, come on, man. So, hey, hang out with us today and find out if there's going to be a first-round surprise pick or just hang out for the first day of the draft decision just for fun. Because the thing is, when you look at the variables, the first-round pick is usually going to cost a lot of money, right? I think the 49ers are trying to dodge that. Big show, isn't it? You do know what you're going to get from the draft, where you think Ayuk came from the draft. John even said we can keep everyone. We can't keep everyone. That's true. You're going to get what? You don't. Look at Bryce Young. Do you think he's going to be a big-time quarterback in the NFL? His stock has dropped really strangely. C.J. Stroud. I saw something here a minute ago. I couldn't. Because all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud is now 1,600, minus 600 to be the second overall pick on the draft. What, how come? The betting lines, Michael David Smith, the movement of the NFL draft betting lines this week has been wild, and maybe the Texans have been planning on drafting Stroud all along, and all that talk of him falling was BS. Most of this is BS. Vegas doesn't really have a pipeline into teams' draft meetings. They have no idea what they're talking about. Nick Casario is being quiet, and he has kept a very small circle on this one. D'Amico Ryans and not many others in that building know what they're going to do. So, this is going to be really interesting. The first pick of this draft is going to be, I wonder who's going to be surprised. I don't know if it's not going to make any sense to be surprised this year. Let me go check some things out here on the chat. As I said, I've left a link for you in the chat. If you're a college football guy, get in there. Come on, and we'll let you come on in and talk about some of these picks that are going to take place today. Because sometimes I've been telling you the whole time, I rarely have a time to really watch college football. Mercedes Moreno, breaking news. Eagles and Cardinals trades place because of tampering investigation. Oh, I saw that. I just didn't read the headline. Oh, man. Alex Mason, we agree. I've become an SEC fan big time. Because they just go tough in the South. Also, the Southern recruiting schools, especially the SEC, if I'm a college football player and I'm doing a really good job, and even if I live in the Bay Area, I'm trying to get to the South. Your chances are you get into a program and you do well. If you can get to Oklahoma, Bama, Texas schools, even Carolina, you're probably going to get drafted. All you got to do is put up some stats because they seem to watch now closely. Mike Schroeder says, "Hey, Mike, it's been a while. How you doing, brother?" Yes, indeed. I got to give you that. Wait a minute. Wait. I've been going crazy all morning, all day. I just can't. Calm down. Tell you, I can't lose my voice too early though. I've been arguing with people on the phone, especially Raider fans. You know, Pete Gorman, something. I've got a feeling we trade tonight. Maybe. See, you never know about Lynch and Shannon because they always talk about. Well, we're trying to. We're the cap is putting a little pressure on us, but if we see players that we really want to go after, well, we'll see. We'll move mountains just to get to them, right? See, because that thing with Hargrave is still blowing me away. I don't know how they did that. Yeah, we know about Jackson in that huge contract. And Tribe thinks picks don't mean nothing. Tribe, you boy, you better learn. You better believe picks mean something. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the better example compared to the Rams. The Chiefs had the youngest. They had how young was that team last year? And they won the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are building for the future. You know that sustainability with what the Chiefs are going to do can last them for the next 4 years. Mahomes' contract is now cheap. They got a bunch of youngsters on there, and they got a few people they can move around. They can bring in a free agent or two, but that's how you remain sustainability. The Rams are exactly an example of what you can do for once. And, the Rams only have 2 trophies in their history, so them getting one more trophy, I understand their pain and frustration. They probably needed to do what they did. But I wouldn't recommend anybody else doing that. And Chris Sheldon said, at Cool Breeze, I'm not sure there's anything in this draft worth losing the type of player we need to trade to get into the first round. See, that's the 49ers. We don't have extreme needs. And again, try to go back to what you do. You built this team now. You built it from the foundation up. So now you don't – this is the first year the 49ers can actually do BPA. They don't really need things like they've needed in the past 2-3 years. When they did draft, they were going after something to fill a hole with. Now they're going back if they do pick out anybody in the first round, it's to beat somebody out that they already have on the team. Billy Lee I'm not sure Billy Lee. I'm not sure what that means. Modern life, most modern sports. Do nana. Bill, I gotta look up that word. William Roberts, what's up? Pete Corbin, Carolina's gonna destroy a quarterback like always. I know, huh? Well, you had Cam Newton. They've not done anything since Cam. Cam, remember, he was an MVP. Chris, man, football. Yeah, the energy comes. I get excited. Football makes me crazy. Although I got to tell you, you know how many times I've told you the NBA pissed me off so bad I stopped watching? This year's NBA Finals is intense. And the referees, they're not making as many just some of the worst calls you ever seen they're made every now and then, but they've got a place you can go and review the calls. So when they really screw up, they can make up for it. Uh-oh, the pick's in. Here come the Panthers. Now remember, I'm a minute or so behind you. They did it. They did it. Bryce went number 1. The speculation is over. Bryce Young is going to the Panthers. CJ Stroud, you're going to have to wait. Fam, remember the last time that a guy was projected number 1? Look at CJ. Hey, congratulations, bro. I didn't want to go to the Panthers anyway. Bama wins again. See what I mean about? Boy, everybody's got all the potential first rounders that we're going to be taking pick number 1 and coming over to congratulate Bryce. Puts on that Panther cap. It won't fit. Bryce, that's cool. That's fine. That'll do. Bryce, I'm loving the suit though, bruh. I've never seen that kind of tailor job. What is that flap down the middle? That is cold. Yeah. Are the Panthers going to win, fam? Are they going anywhere? Because their team last year, but that was with our coach that came over to help us out on defense, was running things, and he had them rolling, and they moved on from him. Uh, Wade Roberts, Rams no pick in first round. Rams ain't got no pick in the first round until when next presidential administration gets into office, man. Rams. Comparison to Drew Brees. Yeah, pocket awareness is the thing. He. This is one thing. He got. It's not gonna happen every time, but this is one thing that Brock Purdy fools you on. He got caught that one time because his eyes got too big because he saw a wide open BA. He said, "What? Oh my God! Snap!" Okay, because normally we've seen him escape and look real good. Bryce Young, Doug Flutie, Drew Brees comparisons. Yeah, I got a feeling you're going to see a different Brock Purdy next year because he was a rookie he was such a rookie, but apparently he's real brave. Actually, that even looked like Brock. Brock's real brave. So he says, you know what? I'm going to get this done because I was the last guy picked in the draft and nobody expects it of me. I got something to prove out here. That's why when you see the 49ers going after undrafted free agents and some of these guys in a late round that they've got a good book on and they know it's going to be a good football player, that's why some of those guys do what appears to be overachieving when they get to the 49ers. They were that good, and the disrespect made them, as far as they were concerned, made their game go up a level. I know Tom and Jay McGlinchey was a first-round pick. You know what I'm saying? And have we gotten over that yet? Okay, you know what? Mike wasn't all that bad. He wasn't. Mike could road grade. In fact, he was rated as one of the best in the league, if not the best, on several different occasions. And Kyle Shanahan wants to run the ball, so Mike McGlinchey made sense at that particular point. Chris cool Breeze went through my mind. I, you know, uh, Chris Hansen bought Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers. So, Tribe, you're not a hardcore 49er fan, huh? You spend money on all them jerseys? So, yeah. Yeah, all those teams believe in draft picks. The Jets, though, see the Rodgers thing. Did you see Robert Saleh in that interview? He was talking he was talking to Rodgers on the phone. He was going nuts. I didn't know. He's really an emotional guy. I didn't realize he was. We realized that. Remember Saleh? Saleh's the only guy that I ever remember hearing about it in NFL history that had a guy that was paid just to pull him off the field. Because Saleh would get all nuts and start running. Uh-oh. What? Look at D'Amico. D'Amico, man, you got to work on that stomach, D'Amico. Hey, what is that hanging over the belt, D'Amico? D'Amico's talking to whomever. They got the next pick. What are they going to do, fam? Who are they going to pick? Are they going to pick a quarterback? Is it going to be CJ? Andre Smith, what's up, fam? Are they going to pick a quarterback? Tom and Jerry, what are the odds we draft a kicker? Hey, Mike. Okay. If you had to put odds to it, 3-1. Robbie Gould, if he's bluffing, the 49ers have to call his bluff. You draft a kicker, you got Zane. Bobby hasn't got a job yet. He could, instead of just sitting doing nothing. They picked up CJ. CJ's on his way to Texas. The Ohio State Buckeye. Oh. Keep your fingers crossed. The 49ers going to pick in the top 10. This is our last year to go through this, though. That's what I like the best. Because no matter what you get in the first round, and we made some mistakes. Richardson thinks he's next. Maybe the first 3 picks are quarterbacks. Don't cry, CJ. It's uncool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you knew you was going to get this job. You walk like a duck. What's with the 7 games of 4+ pass TDs in 2022? He led the FBS. CJ, that's a $10 million contract for a rookie, I believe, especially a quarterback. Kenny Powers, what's up, Kenny? GB, full. SEC players is a misnomer. You think so? How many fails, though, come out of, hey, you know what? Somebody ought to crunch those numbers up. When I get a chance, I'm going to look at that. SEC players versus the rest of the conferences. Who turns out to be, because when you look at LSU, who sent their whole first unit to the pros, Bama sends a big percentage of their players every year to the pros. Clemson slowed down the last couple of years, but it's, man. Man, you know what? Ohio State has sent a lot of football players to the pros as well. So, Deebo was mediocre for Deebo. I'll give you that, GB. He was still a wrecker once he was on the field. He slowed down a little bit last year, but I don't know. CJ, don't start crying, man. Come on now. Wait till you get back in the back. William Roberts, Trey Stan, I agree. Kimmy believes with Trey Stan. You're right. I would bet huge against that. If they do trade him, I can't imagine they get a first round pick no matter what. 49ers might want to get in the second round, but if they do, you can be assured they're targeting somebody. Oh, nice shot. See, that's a Kyle Shanahan quarterback right there. Anticipation, touch. Oh, that's friggin'. Oh, that's awesome. This is what we got to see from Trey. This is what he's got to do. He's got to be able to do that. Because that's what Shanahan's offense is all about. You got to throw guys open. CJ's just losing on the side. Give him some. Get the camera off of him, man. Come on, he doesn't want you to do that. Congratulations, CJ. Get out of here. Ian Sharp, rookie's already talking it up. Any breaking news? Don't pick on him. Don't pick on my dude. Kenny Powers, they're going to be a package deal, but not today. If it does, that's why I'm watching this today, because I want to know. 49ers, you guys can do something insane. Anything, because after the Hargrave deal, I don't put anything past them. I knew they were talking out of their butt when they're talking about Lamar Jackson. Because you know what? each and every year, whatever big time players out there running around, not happy with where he is, or a free agent coming up, they always send him to us. Like we have needs beyond any other team. It's always the 49ers. I mean, why not Dallas on occasion? The Hawks got holes and they got money. I mean, why is it always us? You know why? Because we're the standard setters. They're going back to the days when Eddie D would sign you no matter how much money it costs. DeAndre Hopkins received permission from Cardinals to seek a trade. Wait. There's going to be another trade? Is Texas working with Is Texas working with the Cardinals? Oh, they're trade. These are exciting things we miss out on. Now, look at Texas. Look at Texas. You get CJ, and then you turn around and get a great defender. You know it's going to be an edge rusher. I didn't know they had. Look at D'Amico doing that, doing the John and Kyle. I don't say John and Kyle. John and Kyle ain't doing nothing. Yes, they have. We're a Super Bowl contending team. You got to give them credit for that. I mean, I know we didn't win it, but we're in it. That's the point. Yeah, Chad Garrison. See, we acquire Lamar, we win it all, period. Chad, also think about this. If Lamar comes, George goes. Nick potentially goes. You got to cover that salary, right? Aiyuk or Deebo, you're not keeping both of them. You're going to lose. You're going to gut your franchise to get Lamar. Now, okay, maybe one thing you could be, you're going to stumble for the next couple of years until the draft comes back around because they're going to take a pick. Lamar Jackson's going to cost you a fortune. You're not going to win it all immediately. He's going to come over. You're going to try to win. They'll be competitive, but it's going to take a couple more years to get the players you need in order to be able to fulfill that. So the 49ers are not on that page. We need to be starting like the Ravens did from scratch, with nothing to lose and get the best quarterback available and build around him. That's not where we are. So no, I emphatically argue against getting Lamar would mean we'd win now. You got to get rid of too much to get him. They got it. Texas did it. That edge rusher. I knew Will Harrison Jr. Somebody said Will Anderson Jr. is overrated. What analyst I was reading? So you go get a fiend on the edge, and these are your prime picks, your quarterback and your edge rusher. One analyst said he'll never make the Pro Bowl. Watch him come in and make him look like a fool. Nobody's going to trade for Trey. Trey's got to go out there and put some work out where he's tradable. Right now, he's a mystery. And nobody's going to give you a first-round pick for a mystery. I mean, that GM would end up getting fired. Daniel Espinosa trading Deebo package deal. Jack Garrison, they already told Trey he could be traded. No, I thought didn't John get on Monday and say that we told Mike McGlinchey that we were going to have to move, we might have to move him. They actually tell people they're going to move him. They told Jimmy they were going to move him. I think they do tell people. John acts like he didn't tell Trey anything like that. If John moves Trey, without having told him and then lied to us Monday, uh, his integrity is going to get shot. This Anderson. Oh, he's got. You know what? He's a bum rusher, but he's got some hand technique. Look at that swim move. Quick, strong. What is it? This guy looks like. That's some incredible quickness. Is he the best edge rusher in the draft? But D'Amico says, I know what I can do with him, y'all. I know what I can do with him. Do we play the Texans next year? Two teams I really don't want to play because I'm not afraid of them, but I am afraid of them. But I mean, the thing is, with D'Amico over there working that defense, first defensive player off the board, they traded up to get you. Yes, they do. We realize how much hard work goes into all that. But these are religious guys, huh? Bryce didn't say anything about how much he loves the man above. But the last two guys, well, you and CJ could get along great. Look at Texas. Look at Texas. Back in the days of J.J. Watt. Coming back to that. Deshaun Watson. I don't know if Bryce could be Deshaun Watson, but you know. Like I said, they don't play super similar, but why does he remind me of Reuben Foster? Kind of does, huh? There's something. What about their appearance-wise? Yeah, they did well. Well, you know, when you think about it, they did pretty much say that to Trey, but they wanted to go out there and compete and prove things. You know, that's only fair. You can't just be a top pick and not show anybody anything. You got to get, and it's not his fault. He's been injured, but I mean, the thing is, I'm still waiting to see what he has. Uh-oh. Chad says they've already informed Trey he may be traded. I'll send you the link. Really? This is news to me. Oh, just scratch my. Okay, don't even worry about it. Bosa is not going anywhere. I believe Lynch says this. He says normally, you know, we'll do our due diligence and we'll listen to trade offers for any of our players. And then they ask about Nick. No, Nick is not in that conversation. He'll never be. You know. Yeah, Bosa's going to get paid. There's no doubt about it. You know how bad people talk about the 49ers and Bosa left? He will be the highest paid defender in football in another month or two. And Jesus Christ, do you guys really think Trey's gone? See, I just don't know. Okay, what do you do now for a starting? Sam Darnold doesn't know the offense. Not yet. Brock, there's no way to know if he's going to start on week one. I'm pretty sure, in fact, from what everything's being said, he's not going to be ready for week one. So Lance almost by default, if for no other reason, you know, if he goes out there, the thing is, I don't know how good Sam can look during camp. You know, Kyle, though, Kyle has trust issues. If Sam Colts. Anthony, you number 4, though. Colts, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Richardson is not Lamar Jackson, and I know you guys think he's Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields Look, he can't stop. Look, you check him out. Look, but he's an athlete, boy. I mean, but he's got 1 year. Does he have 1 year, fam, of work? And his passing percentages are atrocious. They're not going to tell you that. 24 TDs, 15 INTs, 12 rushing TDs. Wasn't there other quarterbacks? I don't know. I don't know about this. 84.8 rushing grade. It's among quarterbacks. How good is a quarterback coach over in Indy? Because Anthony Richardson is just a rare size, speed, high highs and low low, man. Boy, he's getting out the way, though, ain't he? And it's a highlight. Oh! Oh! I like that, though. I could be wrong. That fake he threw looked like an NBA move. Bam! Shit, he did look like Lamar on that. He looks like Lamar on this. Oh, my God, they're not going to catch him. Whew. See, though, good luck to you. Good luck to you, bro. Coach should have given us 4th pick for Trey. 49ers faithful. First round pick, Anthony. He calls himself Cam Jackson. No more Cam Jackson. Yeah, don't do that, man, because, you have played yourself. People will be waiting to, Cam Jackson, my booty, man. Come on, man, get your butt up. Shh, man, come on, we're going to change your name. That's a lot of pressure to put yourself under, Seattle's up next. Everybody's got Trey leaving. But you're not going to see anything today, fam, I promise you. You cannot get. These guys are getting more about the hat coming up soon. Red, why y'all watching Niners have no draft capital because of play. Some people think that Lance is going to provide us with draft capital today. I'm telling them no, but, I'm not going to kill anybody's faith or hope, though. We need to draft 5 to 10 running backs. Chad, boy, I tell you what, that's the gospel truth. And even then, at the trade deadline, pick up a couple of more. The 49ers go through like a man with a bad cold through a box of tissues. You're just not going to have enough. When we down to 2 running backs, Jordan got hurt. They wouldn't use TDP for reasons unknown. Fam, right? I'm going to tell you right now, if the 49ers pick up with those 3 third-round picks, if the 49ers pick up a running back with any of those picks, somebody will need an ass whooping. Stop it. Unless it's BJ, that dude out of Texas. I'll take him now. BJ ain't last till the 3rd round. Big dog, Mason. It's almost time. Give a shout out to production team. Production, they love you. I take good care of that production team. Treat them to a half a pizza because I usually eat the rest. Give them a half a bottle of, give them half a brew. Pour the rest in my cup. Gotta keep it. I love no one's in charge. What I mean, do you think we'll trade up to 2nd round? Yeah, I really do. I really do. The 49ers, you don't need 11 picks. We're not a team in need. In 2017-18, we needed every last pick. Something like what the Rams do. Rams need every pick they can get and more to try to rebuild that team. That's what page we were on, right? We don't need that kind of haul. Yeah. Jalen or Bijan. Bija. Yeah, they're gonna, I see the 49ers. I don't know if anybody will bite, but they should. I'll give you a seventh, a fifth, and a third. Then they're gonna say, "Oh man, y'all got two fifth round. I don't want that seven. Give me two five fifth round." But no. We do our best work in the fifth round. Listen, seven. I mean, we'll give you a seventh, five, and one of those threes. We need to get back to the second round. It's all yours. We'll tell you right now who we're going after too. So just so as not to bump heads. So you got two more picks, and one third. People will take that deal. The 49ers don't need all that. Especially, how many seventh round picks we got? 3, 4? Yeah, so. Chad, you think it's Jalen Carter? JM671. 49 Sports report $40 million for a second to 2-4 record in playoffs. What? Oh, Dallas. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Honestly, if Dak bounces back this year, I will be surprised for this reason. Dak may have scarred himself mentally. I bet his confidence is looking like, nothing. And he's going to come in there putting pressure on himself that he can't even handle himself. You can't have a year where you lead the league and you took a few weeks off. You lead the league in INTs. Some of the pick sixes you threw, those were completely your fault. A lot of times you say maybe blocking, the route was wrong, the play call was stupid, any number of things. I'm looking at that Jaguars game, and I hadn't seen Dak. I heard about him. And I'm looking at that Jaguars game, and I'm looking at Dak. You could see his head was looking right at the receiver. That was number one bad. Too far down the field. If I'm a defender, I got plenty of time to adjust. Because you look at the distance he is and who he's looking at, I'm just going to stand back a little bit, just a little bit. Throw it. I got this. And I'm going to pick him off. That Jaguars receiver, that Dallas Cowboy was I don't know how far away. Dak, you're looking right at the defender standing right there. What are you doing? Defender said, "Thank you very much, man in the end zone." Jags beat the Cowboys. I've never been so delighted. Well, there's been several moments I've been really delighted, but that was one of the top 10. I said, "Damn, Dak, what's wrong with you?" Isn't that Hainer? Here we go with the Hawks. This affects us. The Seahawks sounds like sacked. Devin Witherspoon fooled everybody. He's a cornerback. You see, remember one thing, fam. As long as Pete Carroll's over there, he's probably going to do this. You know how Pete Carroll wants his secondary to be. Pete, ain't no Richard Shermans up in here. Witherspoon looks good though, because I was hoping we could get him. But I say to myself, he'd have to be dropped to the second round. We're gonna get no Witherspoon. I don't want the Hawks to have him either. You know what, fam? They got two solid guys. Remember that guy last year that runs I forgot how fast he runs, but he can. Fam, you know what? The Rams are going to be meat. But the Hawks are going to be competitive. I hate to mention it. Mitchell, Detroit versus everybody up next. Detroit's already built an arsenal. Damn it. He's going to put that nasty blue and green, which Any fashion expert would write the goddamn Hawks a ticket for that nasty combination of colors. You don't put blue and green together. Last time I talked to a single fan, because you can't see, mofo. That ain't no blue. What is it then? That's purple. What do y'all? You do know blue and purple are from the same group, right? So what? Shut up. God, that looks nasty. Red and gold ain't nothing hitting on nothing. Red and gold has a legacy. It doesn't have to look like anything. But compared to that ugly color combination, would you walk around in a blue and green suit? Would you wear a blue suit with a green shirt? Come on, man. Wake the hell up. That don't look good. Anything I can do to pick on the Hawks, I will. Look at this. Witherspoon. Look at him. Boy, he tackles too. Fam, I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this. You know, one thing I do not appreciate is watching the Hawks make good defensive moves. For the first thing, Will Levis. Yeah, Will Levis is going to be. Yeah, Ian doesn't think he's going. If they don't pick him next, if Vegas doesn't pick him, he ain't going nowhere. They were supposed to pick him right here. There's going to be surprises in the first round. You know that, don't you? There's going to be some surprises in the first round. Danny Gasparis, I know, but the Hawks just got better. And they've already got a very good corner. Is he a corner or a linebacker? What's that really fast dude? Anyway, you add Witherspoon. See, one thing a lot of people don't understand is, and the 49ers went the right way by doing it, you build your defense because your offense can be good. Can't be bad, but it can be good. If your defense ain't hitting on nothing, shootouts, the odds are you're going to win a percentage of them. You're not going to win all of them because your defense is giving up as many points as you're scoring. This doesn't work. It just doesn't work. This is why Aaron Rodgers is probably chomping at the bit because the Jets' defense is no friggin' joke. Now you got Rodgers. He's going to run off. I mean, as annoying as he is, that boy could play some football, right? So now you got Rodgers out there putting up a minimum of 27 to 30-something points, right? And they're on the field a lot. Fam, is it Super Bowl or bust is the question for the Jets. I think so. Because you gave up a lot to get Aaron, and you set Green Bay up for life as far as picks go. You gave up a hell of a lot. A line straight out. Okay, see that? Anthony, you tell me the truth? Because I'm a delay here. Jalen Carter. Let me see what you guys talking about here. I like this. Carter will be in Vegas. Billy Levy's Geno Smith depressed and spaced out, downing several beers. He knows it's over. You know, they got Geno Smith thinking he's all that in a bag of chips. I don't know, fam. Jalen Carter's way better, Chad, than Witherspoon. Is he? See, there's those players that drop. Jalen probably, if he's that good, he's not going past the second round for sure, though. But now he only has us losing to root for. It's Carter to Detroit. No, Detroit trade. Yeah, Kimmy Rogers has weaponry on offense too. So the Chiefs are not a shoe-in. The Patriots probably, Belichick, man. I don't look for Belichick to continue. He'll find a way. He tried to get rid of Mac Jones a few weeks ago. He might still be trying to get rid. Wouldn't it be funny if you heard Mac Jones getting put into the draft or used as a pick? You could actually get maybe a second round. Well, maybe I went too high with that. Pick is in round 1. Cardinals pick 6. Whose nickname is that? That's Dak's nickname. Him and Stafford. Pick 6. The Cardinals selection is oh! How many people said it's Carter? We got him a tackle. Look at that big beast. Boy, I wish we could have got him. Boy, looking like, reminded me of Trent Williams. Because we're going to, fam, I'm telling you right now, we got to get somebody we can put on that left side. You might as well get to start grooming him right now. What's number 69? Who are these guys? Paris Johnson. He was rated really high. See, this would have been us had we had a first-round pick. Well, no, we'd have to trade up to get him. But this is probably who the 49ers would have went after if they could have had a chance. Williams has got 2 years left at the most, fam. And then we're going to be in trouble. Unless they can accidentally find a bad mofo that everybody missed, we're going to be in trouble. I mean, you know what? Maybe would you trust Aaron Banks? Long, quick feet. Six, 313. Let me see you move. Can you move? I missed that clip. Give me another one. Oh, look at him move that dude. Who's this quarterback? Is that a running back? That's got to be a running back. Runs too tight to be a quarterback. Oh! 7-7. Wham. Lock on. Drive down! Ah! I like that dude. That's what I'm talking about. Lock on. Get down, get off. Those kind of tackles don't grow on trees. I mean, that's 2 from Ohio State. Man. Anybody think about that quarterback? You got to build that offensive line. You got to. If you got a blue chip player up there, you best know you're going to be sorry if you don't. And Detroit's been building their offensive line for 2 years. That monster they got a couple of years ago, that was making, and this guy can run black and pass protection. That's Trent Williams Jr., man. didn't the Lions get an offensive lineman last year? And the Lions are just getting selections now. Ah, man, Don Burrs. See, this is the thing about getting beat up for years. Now you get all them first round picks. They're the next Cleveland Browns. Remember, the Browns have more first round picks than the draft did. And they finally showed up, and then but they still can't turn that corner. Yeah, trying to get a young Trent. I'm telling you, Vegas, you on the clock, man. Linemen and quarterbacks. You got to get a cornerback. Vader, it's time. It's time, Vader. I know, James. Why would D'Amico even consider Lance over Stroud? Fam, we have to get over the fact, just because he was picked high in the draft, people need to see something from Trey. They just can't give you things for an unknown. He's still an unknown. Nobody's going to give you a first-round pick for Trey. Had he came in and showed out before he got hurt, the 49ers could actually get at least a second-round pick for Brock Purdy now. Because people say, if Bryce Young could go in the first round, they don't care about size. Can you get it done is the thing. Getting it done is the bottom line. This dude thinks he's going to Vegas. His agents tell him, you're going to Vegas. Yeah, Kimmy, Raiders need to protect Jimmy and have a really good running back. They've got a really good running back. They got an all-pro. I mean, I don't know how much better running back, but you always need more running backs. He's got Devontae. He's got that other little guy that, how Jimmy likes to work those quick guys who can get rid of the ball. The Raiders' offensive line is just average, isn't it? That's pretty funny. Imagine being Niners draft room hands tied. The 49ers are probably making calls, too, around the league. Yeah. John? What is it? John, let me get back to you. What? He's got to be kidding me. Nobody. Okay. Hey, John, is Nick Bosa involved in this deal? Or what are you talking here? Okay. No, I'll get back to you. We'd have to offer Deebo, Aiyuk, Fred. George. You're not. You got to give up something you really don't. But the 49ers, they feel like if they can get something better, they will. So. Nice. The Raiders got to consider, though, the division they're in. So I wonder what they're going to do. Because can any of these guys in the draft this year beat Jimmy out? Otherwise, it's a wasted pick. Yeah, because a quarterback is not going to help you right now. You just signed Jimmy for all that money, and The quarterback's will come in. He's going to try to beat Jimmy out. He's probably not going to. So that's a pick. You don't want to draft too far for the future now. You can get a quarterback in the second round or third round, maybe. Boy, this boy is blinged out, ain't he? Check him out. Defensive back. Man, you're a DB? That's the biggest DB. Did he say LB or Edge? I'm sorry. See, that's the name of the game nowadays. Since it's a passing league, I don't know who picked out that Super Bowl, but I don't know about Tim Flowers. Anyway, if quarterbacks have taken over the league, you want to get all the monsters you can to combat that. You want guys to get around that edge in a hurry and impress that quarterback. You want that quarterback to have that edge rusher on his mind every time that ball is snapped. Like Nick Bosa's got to be terrorizing. That guy that plays for the Raiders on the other side. Oh, shit. Max Crosby? The Raiders are building a defense finally because you know what? Oh! He reminds you of Chandler Jones. Oh, my God. This is what's going to be able to shut down. This is why quarterbacks now have to be able to run for their life. He gets around that corner quick. And he's strong. Look at him stand up that offensive lineman. Max Crosby and this dude, Tyree Wilson. 50 QB pressures in 2022 led the Big 12. That's a big dude. Look at Goodell knows it too. Goodell knows he's getting ready to get lifted. Rod knows how to do that now. Jump up when he pulls you up or else he's going to strain your back. Falcons, Bears, Eagles. Some funny stuff. Well, okay. So the Raiders respected Jimmy. But you got to know, as I said, the Jimmy we've seen versus the guy that raised him, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole nother thing. McDaniel's gonna cut Jimmy loose. He's gonna give him the plays, but Jimmy's gonna be able to do what Jimmy wants to do. A lot like he did when he first came to us in 2017. He's gonna be freewheeling and do whatever he wants, for the most part, within the system. Even Belichick says he wouldn't use Jimmy like Kyle did. So, if the Raiders going to have a good defense, they could contend. Anyway, Atlanta, Tony is up. Hey, Jay Boogie, you feel like this has been a weird draft so far? Yeah, Raiders are prepping for that division. Nobody got time for no quarterback to come in there taking up no roster spot and all that money sitting on the bench. Probably none of the quarterbacks in this year's draft are better than Jimmy. Maybe Bryce, the way he plays. Maybe CJ. Somebody said that this year's quarterbacks aren't all that. They're getting a lot of hype because they're quarterbacks, and quarterbacks get hype every single year. It takes Tony to talk about that. Malik, what's his name last year that went over to the Titans? Yeah, Tony talked about him so bad. I know what he's talking about because I don't watch these guys. He's right. Tannehill is okay, but Malik couldn't move him until he got hurt. Yeah, Raiders definitely improved. So the Raiders are going for defense. The Raiders' biggest problem wasn't Derek Carr, by the way, either. I don't think. What their problem was is they couldn't defend. So they're changing their philosophy right now. You can see right now. Max Crosby and this dude on both. Oh my God. I know that. Hey, Vader's got the question tonight. Hey, Ronbo, when do the Rams pick? Where's Rudy? The Rams ain't all up in here bothering us. Well, after we finish this, we're going to go and talk about some 49er football. But see, here's the thing. Man, the Rams, if you see Rudy clowning on Twitter, Rudy put up a big production, Hollywood production, man. They got the guys from Breaking Bad and the Cheech Marin in there. They're running a commercial for a promo video trying to get people excited about the Rams. I said, too bad, Ronbo. You guys haven't got enough. You guys don't have. Why don't you guys have a video like this? Why? Because you don't have enough money. You can't even got enough money to even pay for that stadium. You heard about us having to ask the league for cash to do some building on the stadium, right? The Levi Stadium. And Rudy took that to think he'd take a shot at us. Rudy, you do realize if anybody needs to go to the NFL Fund to ask for some money, you know all the players you had last year that left in an exodus? You ain't got, you know what? How many starters you got left this year? Boy, that is really rich. You come talking to me about the 49ers ain't got no money. Are you serious? Rudy. Falcons. Tony, what are you picking, Tony? Oh, the Eagles just traded with the Bears. Up to 9. Look at the young kid breathing. He's all nervous. He's trying to read it over and over again. Ray Jr., just in time. We ain't got nobody. 49ers have not entered the first round. If we do enter the first round, it'll be like pick number 30-something. 31 or 2. Ellis! I finally remembered who you were talking about the other night. Jalen Hurd. They got that running back. Tony. You got a mean machine there, Jack. I was watching his highlights. This dude can run a football. And you got picked in the first round. He must be able to catch out of the backfield a little bit. That quarterback, what's his name? That dude is going to be the Justin Fields or Mac Jones of 2023. See, Cal, you're going to get a running back. If you get somebody like Bajan, I say, okay. 1,889 yards. One of the 4 forced missed tackles on runs. Oh, my goodness. I understand that boy can run. I mean, what is he running? He gonna be an OW. Is he the next Saquon? $539, 3,410 yards. That's a Saquon. Now let's bully back. Oh, look at that. Look at that balance. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, Deebo. Deebo, he look better than you, Deebo. Making people miss, knocking them down. Look at his overall top draft score. Atlanta just struck money gold. Bryce Young is number 2. He's at 96, 92. Christian Gonzalez, 92. Edge. Will Anderson. He sounds like Fred Warner when he talks. But John, you can appreciate the Falcons for picking. We would have picked you if you know we had a first round pick, maybe. No, we never pick a running back in the first round. One thing we could definitely realize: 5'11", 215. Oh, good size. Well, you know, if it's going to happen to somebody at another team, Tony, man, congratulations, man. That's a steal. That's a pickup. That, I can tell you, I can tell already. I was watching this clip. That boy's balance is ridiculous. Running backs are supposed to be, if you're a good running back, you're going to have that kind of balance. But his ability to go from 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 within a split second is amazing. The Beagles, yeah. Uh, Michael the Burner Turner. Look at the names he's being mentioned with. Look at that. He's smooth with them cuts, too. Those are the kind of running backs you're going to miss. See, this guy, Big John, that's the kind of guy, if he can catch the ball, Kevin Durant, Kerry Deering said one of the greatest I've ever seen, put on the burnt orange. Atlanta Falcons got a star. John, he sounds like a sharp individual too when he talks. I like that. What could the Eagles possibly be doing? See, that's how you do, right? Eagles went to the Super Bowl and they still got a first round draft pick. See, there's no point in winning the Super Bowl and then sinking into oblivion and setting NFL records for getting your ass kicked the next year. That doesn't look good. I know that. I mean, the Super Bowl's everything, but still, this is just, you got to remain competitive. How are you going to do a dynasty run, one and out? Who? Select. There goes Jalen Carter. Hey, ain't nobody thinking about that quarterback, are they? Because they shouldn't anyway. Because they got, yeah, you know what? Whoever's next probably already has their quarterback. That fourth quarterback is going to be waiting a long time. His only chances with Vegas. So the Eagles get rid of Hargrave because they couldn't afford him. And they pick up, of course. You know, we should assume this was going to happen. You know, well, he's vicious, but his sacks ain't all that. So this is pretty interesting. It's always funny to see big monsters crying. He's just so happy. Congratulations, big Jalen. Work all your life for that. Ellis, exactly. Don't want to be booty in the Lambs. I know you, because they were lucky to beat us that year. It's not like they just ran us off the field or just beat us up. The Rams escaped the 49ers that year. But I wish the best for Jake Carter. He had lots of legal troubles. Oh, was he that guy that would? And he got picked in the first round anyway. This kind of thing where, so that means if, because there's been owners down through NFL history that no matter what kind of legal troubles you get, Al Davis used to be like that. What's his name? Jerry Jones is like that. He doesn't care if you just, he'll draft you if you're still in prison, and they zoom the cameras in. Yeah, I'll be getting out of here before camp open. though. I got 2 more weeks on my sentence. Jerry Jones, that's fine with me. I hope you become a good citizen now that things have worked out the way they have. You're going to be a Dallas Cowboy. You know, man. See, fam, here's my feeling on this. A great athlete, and I've seen this even in like, you don't have to be the best of citizens. If you can play good, if you can play ball to an industry that makes billions, you can actually slide by the system when it comes to being a good citizen. Because you can get a well-versed lawyer. They'll get 5 guys out of a Boston, better than the best Boston schools there is to defend you. And they'll get you out anything just so you can play ball. And that goes for the NBA too. Because, kids between 18 to 22 are going to screw up. I bet you we have no idea of some of the things that are getting swept under the rug. Some things get exposed when the media finds out about it. But I wonder how many guys are getting away with damn near murder, if not murder, because they're a good ball player. Tony, right? And Pete Carroll, yeah. Tony, congratulations on your pickup. Boy, you got a running back there. Who's some of the bad boys on Pete Carroll's team, though, Tony? Yeah, okay. Oh, Marshawn Lynch is just gangster acting. Well, you know what? Maybe not. But I don't. Marshawn may be exactly what he appears to be. Richard Sherman's a good citizen. Well, I forgot. Richard Sherman was the one trying to kick his lady's door down. He got in trouble for that, didn't he? I know Crypto King Raiders should have got this dude. But you know what? Your edge rusher is important too, though. They probably flipped a coin. Do we get the edge and tackle? Because who do they got going to tackle right now? Jimmy Bull, I kind of noticed that too, but I didn't say anything. Jimmy, you got to realize that's why their kids are that size. Some families just have healthy, not well, I don't know if it's healthy, but they just have high calorie meals, often from time to little kids, which by the way does help growth. But there's something science says that developing all those fatty skulls can be risky and dangerous as you grow older. I don't know. Yeah, Marshawn with I know. Because I know Marshawn Lynch has got some. I would bet anybody Marshall's got some gang affiliations. Because he's just too hood. I'm talking real, seriously hood. Yeah, can you always draft a guy that can pick up the opposing team's quarterback like a child? You can get a flag for that. Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright. Darnell, you look a little bit like Trent Williams too. 6'5", 333 pounds of fury. 40-yard dash and 5'1". Give me, are you serious? Oh my God. Oh. I'm 333 pounds and can run five. Kyle, this is your dude, man. That dude can get out into space and in a hurry. Oh. Oh. Look at him. He's built like Trent. Got the same kind of movement. Everybody looks like Trent Williams to me now. Because we gotta get a tackle, fam. Look at him. Run, look at him move. Oh. Dude coming in, he's like, big dog. You know, first round tackle. Tennessee ain't no chump school. We're missing him. We'll get one next year, fam. You know what? We're going to get a first round pick next year. We're going to trade up. Bader, I know. We're going to get a first round pick next year. We're going to trade up and we're going to get our tackle. He's going to be the best tackle in the whole damn first round. We got to do it, fam. We got to do it. Because, you know, we got a tradition now. Joe Stanley lasted how many years? We segregate right off for Trent Williams. Hey, you know, I don't doubt they're going to look for a tackle this year, but next year you go for the gusto, man. Yeah. That's Kyle, right? Oh, can you see Shanahan? Oh, shit. That's my guy. That's. If I were going to draw up on a chalk, I was going to draw up on a board or build something. That's what it would look like. 5 flat. 333 pounds. People accuse me, why am I always picking out small guys? Well, because I need them to be able to get out in space. I'd pick big guys out if they could actually do what I want them to do. He can do what I want him to do. Yeah, he's Trent Williams Jr. That other tackle's another Trent Williams. They're all over this. See, that's why I remember I said this 2 years ago. I said this. I said, you're coming out of school and everybody wants to, you're playing football. If you're a really big kid, you want to get in a sexy position, sexy pick. But, well, you know what? An edge rusher is a sexy pick now. But, you know, offense, you want to play a tight end. If you're a really big kid, you probably think you want to play tight end because he gets a lot of attention. You know, you want to play wide receiver, get lean, and if you can run, you got that. You know, but now these tackles are going to get paid like Trent. Now, in a few years, they're going to be right up there with the defensive, because edge rushers are the highest paid linemen. Actually, edge rushers are like the highest paid guys right behind the quarterback, right? So pretty soon, offensive lineman, if he can do a good job, he's going to be every bit as valuable as that edge rusher, because he is the anti-edge rusher. Because I got to protect my quarterback if I'm running the offense. If every time my quarterback looks up and the edge rusher's in his face, nail him to the dirt, what am I going to do? I'm not going to. The offense is going to get stymied. Yeah, Penei Sewell. Hey, didn't Sewell? He went to Detroit, right? Ah. Oh yeah, Chase Young. He's available. They're not picking up his 5th-year option. Can you imagine? Chase Young. He could be up for, they could use him in the draft. Well, you know what though? You can't get Chase Young. If they're giving up on Chase Young, something's seriously wrong with him. Chase Young is just too good of a football player. The injury must be a little serious. A little more serious than he may have done some serious damage that he can't get back to being Chase Young. Missed playoffs the first time since 2018. Yeah, GB, that's true. There's only one Trent Williams, but Trent Williams is actually overkill. I need somebody that's 3/4 of Trent Williams, and I'll be happy. Trent Williams isn't the highest rated player on Madden of all time. That game's been around for how long? Williams is number one. Sean from Y says Swift over Chase. And especially now, we don't know the condition. If Washington doesn't want to pick up his fifth-year option, something's really, really wrong. Yeah. Adam Peters says, he doesn't make a lot. But Malik Willis, 1 and 2, 0 passes, TDs, 3 INTs. Yeah, Tony, you're right about Malik. Willis is not that guy. But again, small sample. Willis only played, 3 or 4 games? Young quarterbacks can't really, see, every time I say that, you got to go back to Brock Purdy. No matter what you say, no matter what anybody thinks about Brock Purdy, he didn't look like nobody's rookie from the first time he stepped on the field. This is why I'm kind of optimistic as to what he is going to look like when he's no longer a rookie. I'm very optimistic about that and I'm extremely curious. I don't have nothing against Trey. I'm just saying, if Trey can come out there and take the job, good on him. I ain't saying nothing about that. But I'm just saying, Brock Purdy has now changed the whole narrative about, you got to give him time to get out there and get used to NFL speed and do a little growing. He's got to go through a few lumps before he can get up to speed. Brock went out there and got up to speed in 5 minutes. Of course, he did have the 49ers defense to practice against, which they're going to pick up Skoronski. They pick. Oh no, he doesn't have long arms. I don't want to tackle with alligator arms. Man, I'll put him at guard. I don't need a guard. There is a tackle in the NFL with alligator arms, though. But the dude is like Tyrannosaurus Rex. Who was that guy? His father was. Is that him at 7'7"? Yeah, looking like Quentin Nelson on that move. You played for Lombardi? Your dad played for Lombardi? Shh. Go get him, Tiger. Ooh. Oh, his granddad. He runs a 5.16. See, linemen they're not slow anymore. See how things are evolving in the NFL? The game's turning. That quarterback is still waiting. Look at him. He looks all pissed off. Don't cry, man. Don't do it. The camera's on you. Don't look pissed off. You'll get picked. Watch the 49ers pick him up in the second round. No, he's not. I'm just kidding. They ain't trading up to get this dude. Big Sin. Skoronsky. Tony, right here. Tell him, Tony. Tell him. Rudy, how does it feel? I'm sorry, team can't pick anyone for the draft. Hey, for instance, look at Blake Freeland of BYU. He added to the eye-popping leap with a 10-foot broad jump, best among offensive linemen, and a time of that's the guy that broke the 5 seconds 40-yard dash, which was third best. Lions. Detroit, y'all don't need no offensive line help, huh? Picked up Jahmyr Gibbs. Bama running back. See, Bama, how many players got? 2 players in the. Ohio State's got 2. In the pass game, a running back. See, that's it. Hey. Little boy, you like to play running back? Learn to catch out of the backfield. Your future will be bright. Oh, look at him. Oh. Yeah, look at Kamara. Kamara, one of the most respected until he beat that man to death. That's what you got to do now. You got to be. This is actually. This is why that's why I say when people talk about Deebo is actually in vogue now, extremely in vogue, because defenses are too fast for you to be bombing downfield all day. You notice most teams have cut down on that, except for Josh Allen. How many teams you see bombing all day long? You don't see that anymore. You got to get that ball out quick and get it to a guy who's got a lot of capability. That's how you're going to win football games. Unless you've got a tremendous offensive line. Crypto saying Bob should have been a Hall of Famer. It was Skoronsky. Anytime somebody says something bad about Rudy Ray, Tony says, the Englewood Rams have no money. They have no picks. Texas boy, Lions over 49ers. So Texas boy, that obviously means Lions over the Cowboys too. As you know, it's the 49ers over the Cowboys. See, when people come in here throwing mud at us like that, Cowboy fans, I don't know how Rams fans, Hawks fans, how y'all gonna talk? My God, it just blows me away. All right, so Arby's, we got the meats. Rudy. What kind of meat you got? Some of that meat's done spoiled and went bad. You didn't throw it in the garbage. I thought they would have gone defense. You know, yeah, because the Lions' defense, it wasn't all that, was it? The Lions lost a couple of games because of defense. They was out there playing shootout last year. You're right. They lost a couple of games. You know, you lose them games 38-36 and stuff like that, 40-something to 41. I mean, come on, man. Do something about your defense. Stop competing with teams all day as far as who gets the ball last wins. That's just stupid. King Kong is a transformer. Jim Everett, oh no, another Ram fan shows up. What up? Can the Rams get some of the 49ers picks? Yeah, you guys, give us Aaron Donald. We'll give you 2 third rounds. Rudy's cleaning the dishes. with Tony Wright. Can you believe it? What about Rudy? Well, he keeps. Somebody said this Rudy we got in here is a counterfeit Rudy. It's not the real Rudy. Yes, eat off the floor in SDFU. Oh God. I'm checking on Tony's actually. What time is it? Tony not in yet? Okay. Oh man. Katie Pirates, no, they have the Rams have Rudy, and that's where that ball ends. So I tell you, fam. See, this is the take. We can take stock of who's going to actually be tough. Now the Hawks have made an improvement. They did get better. That was a good pickup for them. A lot of us, I think, most of us probably had him in our draft. What's his name? The cornerback. You look at the Falcons, that running back is going to be tough to stop. Yeah, Jimmy. Rudy said it wasn't him. William Roberts, Packers pick is intriguing. Who they go after? Yeah, the Packers picks go on the board right now, don't they? Green Bay, go ahead and pick up that quarterback to back up because apparently, well, you can't Jordan Love. You can't say anything bad about Jordan Love because he's sitting behind what would be called a legendary Hall of Famer. Rappaport's talking about what Green Bay might do. Are they going to go for a wide? Are they going to go for a wide receiver or a tackle? You better get some offensive line protection if it's available and it's good. Just Green Bay Packers select Lucas Van Ness, a DE. What? He didn't start? He didn't even start at Iowa? 6'5", 272. Nice shot. That quarterback will remember that. Oh! He didn't even start at Iowa? Who started at Iowa? He plays hockey? Oh, yeah, hell yeah. That's a tough guy. You know? He's playing football on the ice. Look, LaFleur is delighted. Oh, look at this guy. He's got them Hollywood looks. Hey, the second best defense in college football was in Iowa? Well, they had a round robin of defensive edges coming in during the game in Iowa? So they're playing at Robert Salafoot, all gas and no brakes. The guy that's coming in off the bench is going to be just as bad as the guy that started. Do you remember, how do you know that Jordan Love is better than Sam Darnold? Nobody's seen Jordan Love play at all. He was sitting down there. I mean, every time Jordan Love got up off the bench, dust was flying. That boy's been sitting down on the bench for how many years? He got drafted, how many years ago? Man. Never finished with a losing record in 16 seasons. Did they finish 8-8 last year? I mean, did they finish? Yeah, the Steelers weren't that bad last year. Acquired wide receiver Allen Robinson from the Rams. You could have got anything you wanted from the Rams. The Rams are paying salary part of it because they can't stand it. He could have Tony go. Oh my God, I can't believe what he told me. Man, you guys ain't got any money to make any commercials like this. Rudy, who are you talking to? We don't. You have money? I don't think so. I don't. George smells. He smells some mothballs hanging in the closet. uh, Lightning 4 Maple Leafs to 5. You know, there's a transition. You're a combination football player and a hockey player. Now all you have to do is be a part of the WWE too. You know, that's a guy just meant for violence. That's hilarious. Hockey player and football player. uh, man. All right, Pitt is there. And, hey, we're at pick 14 already. This draft is moving like pretty fast. Is it moving faster than usual, actually? We're almost halfway through. Gene D. Niners for window shopping. Gene, when you have all the merchandise, you don't need to go shopping. Man, you like it was, man. Jordan was sitting down a lot. Uh, what was this band? Wearing boogie, ain't they? Hey, you see those pictures of players? I see the guy out there, the one with George Kittle. See, you don't like the Steelers picked up Pickett last year. I'd like to see the 49ers blow us away with an outstanding pick this year like that. Um, well, the Steelers they needed a wide receiver because they just lost a couple of. We don't really need a wide receiver. We could use one if he's better. Patriots. The Patriots moved up. For what did they trade up for? Don't get a quarterback, Bill Belichick. I'm gonna lose my mind laughing. Everybody's getting themselves protection, fam. Everybody's getting all the prime protection. We don't have nothing left for us in the third round. Ain't gonna be nobody worth a damn in the third round, fam. Oh my God. Athleticism. Hey, put his stats up. Overall 85, athleticism 85. Started all 50 games at LT in 2022. Won CFP National Championship. Yeah, I love to see those mano con mano offensive linemen. Bam! Oh no, babe, you ain't going nowhere, man. Fam, tomorrow we're gonna have our moment. We're gonna be saying things like, "Oh, now we got ourselves an offensive lineman. How they missed this guy?" Because you know, if the 49ers are good at something more than any other team, we find the guys that other people don't for some reason. Boy, he ain't missing no meals. Look at him. How much you weigh? See, that's that. Cam Hayward likes it. uh, I know, right? Jim, I got to agree with you. Seahawks got draft picks. They robbed Denver. Russell Wilson, man, if Denver's it, boy, whenever Denver gets on the clock, they need to pick up a quarterback. Russ has got another year to go. You know, you see a decline in the quarterback at his age, but they're not going to get better. They're only going to get worse. How old is Russ, 32? Yeah. Gene, we have more. You know, is Tariq Woolen that guy that could run? You know, Gene D, okay, you know what? Man for man, who's got the best secondary between the Hawks and the 49ers? Ward? Yeah, you know, now they. The Hawks might have the better secondary right now. We lost three people. Although, damn. Fam, the 49ers in the third round, how good cornerback, and he's not going to be ready to go. Ambry Thomas, I don't know what's going on with him, but he should have been really up to speed coming into this season. You know what? Because I do like me some. I probably need to back up on that a little, pump the brakes on it. But I did. What's the one? Two? I'm trying to think. Yeah, let's see. Okay, Demo. Let's see, Demo. Who we got? They don't have anybody like Gibson in Detroit. In I said Demo, Therese, and Gibson. And wait a minute, hey, y'all, you know what though? You guys ain't got nobody like Talanoa Hufanga. You know what? Okay, hey Hawks, I'll give you this. I call it even up for now. I say it with no shame. You did make some improvements, I must admit. Texas, boy, you rolled it today. Huh? You just out here running smack. I ain't reading that. Yeah, hey, good shot, Chris. Jamal Adams won't last. Jamal Adams is done too. Jamal will give you a few minutes, and then he's done. No, it is right. Gee, 0-3. The great Rams are stacked. Have shifted to offense. We got 2 second-round picks in 7th and late first round. Well, good on you. Good on you, Jim. Imagine bragging about a regular season win 10 years ago. Now I got to tell him, Texas boy, you do know that 2 years in a row, we were singing like, what's the name of that group? Singing bye, 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 bye. We in synced you guys 2 years in a row. And then, second, you guys look like he was really trying too. Went to your house and beat you up. We worked a little harder at our house to beat you up, but we still beat you up. Go beat you up next year, too. Barack, we pick Shark Quando Smith from Vegas State. Show won't show, bleep up, show rather watch the draft and win a Super Bowl. Your pork chops are terrible. Brock, I got to read your tweets for a second before I say anything. Tony, Tony's just so sorry. I can't make the gathering tonight. It is tough to watch the rest of the league draft, knowing we don't get to until late tomorrow. I can't believe Gibbs went so high. Tony, thank you, Coach. It's okay, fam. You know, because I asked you at the last minute because it was rough. Yeah. So we'll get together tomorrow uh, for the fun because this is just not. I was just because mainly I just want to see what guys in our division are doing. We know what the Cardinals are doing. We know what the Hawks did. The Rams. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the Rams do. The Rams are not going to do a damn thing that's going to make any difference. Whoever they get is going to be sitting down behind the other guys they got from the local recreation park and put him in a Rams uniform. They got second round pick though, don't they? So yeah, we shall see. Yeah, by the way, as I said, we put a link in the chat if you want to come in and talk some 49ers football and talk about some of these picks. Jump right on in there. We'll bring you right in. We didn't use the phone, though. Barack says, fun fact, Osama bin Laden's favorite team is the Jets. Barack, are you messing with me? Is that true? You know, didn't Bin Laden go to an East Coast Ivy League school? I forget which one. The Rodgers pick is coming up. You know, I'm really delighted with, though. I am so tired. I don't think Rodgers will put on the Rodgers show at the end of the season. I do think he's going to play more than one season. So I figure Rodgers is going to play 3 more seasons at max. Especially if they do find a way to get to the Super Bowl this year, then Rodgers will be reinvigorated in thinking that he can finally win the Super Bowl. We'll find that out, though, won't we? Because he can't go into the offseason talking about management and how things were mishandled and some of the things he's asked for have been ignored and all that garbage. In fact, the Jets can make sure, listen, Aaron, listen, don't take this the wrong way, but listen, what we want you to do is list the things that you want us to do, and let's talk about them before the end of the season so that we don't have to go through the same thing and the same drama that you went through in Green Bay. Because quite frankly, this is New York City, and it could be rough for all of us if you do. Who's this guy? I like this kid. Who is this? He's wearing a green tie. He's looking like a Jet. Kyle Stickles. Hi, Kyle. Oh. He beat Novocaine bone cancer. Get him, Kyle. I like this kid. Go, Kyle. He's not reading that off a script. Look at him. That's a sharp kid. Jets picking up more defense. Raj, you can quit and let him do the rest of the draft. I like him. Hey, who the Jets have at linebacker now? Isn't he kind of good? You know, he was like 206 pounds when he first came to school. You know, He's just got beast in him. See, I'd rather, you know what? I'd rather have a guy that's got a lot of beast in him than a guy that just, you know, look at him. He's a crazy man. I love it. Oh, Kenny Powers, you're right. Little Stickles is gonna be. Oh, kung fu movie. He's leaping over cars. Oh, you're gonna get hurt doing that though. I'm telling you, stop, because you're gonna slip once. Yeah, the first thing your coach Robert's gonna sound is gonna tell you, okay, I don't want to see any more videos of you jumping over cars. But welcome on in, okay? You know, Will Stickles, you're the star tonight, though, buddy. Yeah. Oh, Red Eye, give me a break, man. That's just evil. The kid beat cancer and everything. I mean, oh, that's just terrible. I know Nighthawk, Nighter guy. You know, see, that's why you got we got to be sympathetic toward the Hawks and the Rams fans. You got to realize how awful it must be to be under our shoes uh, for the years that have already passed by, and pretty much for the rest of their lives. You know, it's not they're never going to get five, and if they do come anywhere near five, we'll probably move on to like 8 or 9. So I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's fun to talk down to them. Ah, Red Eye Jets defense. I don't even know if they needed that linebacker from why. That's one of the best defenses in the league. So I'm not really sure why they picked up a linebacker. I guess the Jets' offensive line must be pretty good too. Or there's no better. Well, you know what? I keep forgetting. Just because you're in the first round doesn't necessarily mean that all the best offensive linemen haven't already been taken, or that you don't see anything in the draft that's better than the offensive lineman you already have. Now they picked this kid to be the linebacker. They did BPA there, possibly offensive. Can you imagine Aaron Rodgers sitting in the draft room? Peyton Manning's commercials, man, with coaching them kids is hilarious, boy. Peyton, they ain't got no respect for you, man. They immediately respected me. It's one of my favorite. Nothing wrong with the kids. If you've ever coached kids, you never can be weak in front of them. I used to run with my kids run sprints. This is Little League Baseball. Football, to some degree, we had too many guys, though. It wasn't necessary to stand out. But, never let kids, because if you're talking to them, they will, especially between the ages of 11 to 14. Boy. What? And this quarterback still hasn't got picked up. He's got to be pissed. Commanders? Maybe? See, that's why You can't listen to the hype. If you're a college quarterback that's doing really well, don't listen. This is a guy that got in front of the kind of camera and said, "Yeah, I just want to show off my cannon. I just wanted to show off my cannon." Um, and I couldn't stop laughing. Now, here we are at pick 16, and him and his cannon are still sitting there. I liked his attitude, though. That was pretty funny. Next, New England, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Seattle. Seattle's got another pick in the first round. Oh, yeah, Russell Wilson. I almost call them Clippers. That's another LA team. God, could that quarterback drop to the second round? How embarrassing. He's like Aaron Rodgers who sat there. It's going to make him a better quarterback because he got disrespected in the draft, right? Cornerback. Look at the length of his limbs. He is skinny. Oh, you got to put on some weight. 166 pounds. How you gonna tackle anybody? But look at that cat-like quickness. Ooh, 166. Boy, he's quick. Oh, he's quick. Yeah, you don't eat nothing but milk, cheese, and beef all day, every day, man. Get a little salad in there to help keep that stuff moving. But you got to get up to at least 180. Does he look like Deion Sanders in the face? He does look like Deion. My God, Deion, you got an illegitimate child? Because how come he can play cornerback like that? Yeah, hey, Linebacker, isn't he a 1 year wonder, the quarterback? Yeah, I don't know anything about him, but scouts apparently do, and they're not impressed. Wait a minute. Look out for Belichick. Because, Belichick's had him Mac Jones. I don't know what Jones did. Somebody said, what did Jones do that he really pissed Belichick? Belichick was trying to trade him a couple of weeks ago. If Belichick does, I'm going to lose it. Belichick's going back to his old way of thinking. I'm going to let you do all you want to do, but you're not going to score any points. Christian Gonzalez. Pac 12. Would have been nice to pick up Christian Gonzalez. That's our next year, fam. First round picks. We got him. This guy's rated. The guys who are top ranked. I checked him out. This guy, he's top 10. If it wasn't for quarterbacks, he would have been. Nice suit, Chris. Bill, you need. Yeah, I know, right? They got too many quarterbacks in that division. Bill, you need some offense, though. You're getting on Mac Jones. You had one wide receiver that was worth a damn, and that was the one we let you get. I mean, I got to go back and look at the stats. How many? Man. I love when people know who they're going to get drafted. Remember Nick Bosa did that? Opened up his coat and let you know he's going to San Francisco. Yeah, good size. 197, 6'1". See, that's what a Keller was supposed to be. This is what a Keller was supposed to be. And Keller, you know what? I tell you what, Spoon has developed in the last since he's been with Pittsburgh though, and left the Hawks, which I was delighted. He made a lot of plays the year before. I didn't see him do anything last year because I didn't watch the Steelers that much, but Spoon developed. Whoa! Look at the. Uh, Colombian. Barack, viva la raza. Well, he's Colombian though, but it's still. Bosa had. I got to go back and look at that coat. I could have swore I saw red in that jacket because I remember saying I was kind of surprised he knew where he was going. But a lot of these guys, GB, I got to go back and look at that. I could have swore I seen Niners colors. Ohio State doesn't have any red in their stuff. That was the only reason why he opened his jacket. Nah, that was not Ohio State colors. I, I'll go get it later. Uh, not a Ninja Beard. William Donovan Levi's, born June 27, 1999, as an American football quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats. He previously played for the Penn State Nittany Lions before transferring to Kentucky. Oh, so he's got more than 1 year. Somebody accused him of having only 1 year. So yeah, he's been out there longer than that. Well, no, wait. Ninja Bear should have put a question mark and then exclamation points. I guess you're making a statement though. Making me naga. We gotta go to sleep first and wake up again, and it'll be 49ers time. This is torture though, isn't it? We got. You know what though? And tomorrow we only got one round because we're gonna do the second and third round, and that's it. The rest of the rounds get picked in the day three. Michael, that's pretty cold, Mike. What? Seattle is the city? News to the empire? I like that. I like that a lot. The Emerald City, it just doesn't compare to the entire empire. Okay, we got to put that map up again. Oh, the biggest followings, because every state has its teams that it follows, not necessarily the homegrown stuff, right? So you'll see. Unfortunately, I think the Cowboys across the nation have the biggest What did that map say? I know we're right up there, the top 2 or 3. The Rams, I think on that map I was looking, I think I saw 2 states. Yeah. The Hawks. The Hawks did pick up a little love in the last few years when they were beating everybody. Yeah, Ellis, more of why we need to use all 3 of those picks and not trade any. Ellis, you know what? And the 49ers might be thinking like you, too. But they might want to go up, though. That's the only. Yeah, Ellis, would you think that moving up into the second round would be a good idea, though? But I'm talking only losing 1 third-round pick. Because if anybody in the second round is going to think, no, Niners, you give me those 3/3 and I'll give you that second-round pick. Because I got 3 or I got 2. It's going to have to be a team that's got a lot of second-round picks. It's going to have to be a loser like the Lions or somebody else. Because I don't know how many picks the Lions got in the second round. Well, they're up now. It's 18th pick. Jack Campbell. Yeah, his film looks impressive. Of course, that always is the case, but I mean, I like the way he shoots that gap. He looked good in the wide 9. He hustles. Pray for William Donovan Levi. He's 6'4", playing linebacker. Hey, who was that blonde dude that played for the Packers? Was he an edge rusher, though? The guy with the long hair? I like Van Der Esch, too. Dude is awfully big to be playing linebacker. He'd be a hybrid for me. I'd actually. I'm going to put you in packages where you could actually end up on. Put you on a weak side so you can attack from that position. Because that's a waste of his size. Clay Matthews, yeah, thanks, fam. Matthews was pretty tall too. Matthews was huge. It appeared that way. Hey, when did the Rams pick? We can't even make jokes about that this year though. Next year though. Why are the Bucks celebrating? I mean, they're awfully excited. Are you picking up this? Are you picking up Levi? Oh, maybe the Hawks are gambling on Levi being available. Who's playing quarterback? Levi's going now, fam. Yeah, Levi goes now. Isn't Baker Mayfield over in Tampa Bay, though? But they're going to still want to get another guy. Yeah, right. Baker Mayfield signed. And if anything, but do you want to bother with getting. I mean, the Jets picked a quarterback every year in the top of the draft. What was that, 2016, 15, 16, 17? I mean, the Jets were picking a quarterback every year, and none of them worked out, and they just finally got rid of all of them. So that's a waste of that's stupid drafting and a waste of picks. Victor Bluefire, yeah, we're it's getting late. I was waiting to get crazy, but yeah, we're not gonna get a first round pick. But I'm monitoring the situation though, as you can see, and I was hoping, somewhat hoping. Oh my God, Levi, you still ain't been picked up yet. He's a tweener, 280. He's undersized, so he's gonna be like that guy we got. He well, not like DJ Jones. Well, if he can move, balance. But NFL offensive lineman, I don't know. He's a first round pick though. And if you win all the time, he's got to get stronger though. 40-yard dash, 4.67. Nearly 300 pounds. You run a 4.6. I think Chris Kasurik would like him. What do you think? Mm. Dude, that's not all your family. That's gotta be fans. Fam, if the Hawks pick up another cornerback, I'm gonna shout. Bucks, I mean, Hawks, that ain't gonna help you none. But we're still gonna run the ball anyway to set them boys up. Put them youngsters out there next year. They'll be meat. Gene, you still ain't gonna be able to whoop us. So yeah, Gene, it's about the entire unit. Gene, Gene, your boy Gino's going down, by the way. He'll be lucky to get, you know what? He'll be lucky to be, let's see, what will be? Shoot, a couple of field goals and a TD. Go get you, man. Gonna get you. I would love to know who's going to play that other side of the edge, though. But now they got Hargrave. Suddenly, I feel like that defensive line is going to become even more menacing. Armstead, he's going to be healthy. And Armstead, when you can't double team Armstead, the guy is vicious. He's quick. He's long. Hargrave is going to make sure that you don't double team Armstead. Nick's going to be doing the Nick. I have great hopes for my boy Drake Jackson this year. He should be ready to go this time, not getting tired in the middle of the year. So, Hawks, I don't care what you do with this next pick, it's not going to help. You're still going to get your hat handed to you. Yeah, Rudy, that is definitely not Rudy. Whereas Rudy is silly, he would never say this. Rudy tried to convince me that's not him. I'm starting to think it's not. You know what, though? Whoever does this, I'm impressed with their skills. Here's the thing they do they take people that get themselves into trouble in the chat and they come in and they amplify it. You notice how we don't see the young Montana so often anymore? He says that wasn't him either. Remember how that dude was going buck wild, the young Montana? I says, I thought about that before young Montana says that was not me. Um, the person who does this he goes to extreme. I love it. Me and Jim Everett were having a sleepover in my basement. Everybody's invited. Rudy would, for all his bizarre behavior, Rudy would never say this. We're not coming to we're not coming to your slumber party. Promise. Ah, sick. I love Bud Lights. Me and Jim Everett played dress up together and wear makeup. There it is. That confirms it. That is not Rudy. You're doing a fine job, though. You guys need to take a photo and post that makeup and costuming up. You can try Buck. You believe Bucks need everything? Yeah, they do, don't they? So, ah, Daniel Jeremiah. You know what? That dude Kincaid out of Utah, Will Levi, of course, edge. Oh, I did wide receiver. That Addison. I remember. I saw him. That wide receiver, man. I'd have to change that name because that's just too easy to mess with. Um, yeah. Okay, this is our competition, fam. What are they gonna do? And I think they're gonna be the only competition we have in NFC West. Because no matter what the Hawks get, they're always gonna compete to some degree, as long as Pete Carroll's hanging around. God, that room looks awfully empty, and there's no celebrating going on in the Hawks room. And in fact, it looks like everybody took a break. That's gonna be funny if they do stick with Gino and don't pick up another quarterback, not even to back him up. That's gonna be pretty interesting. Who's the backup over there now? Uh, I was like that dude that came up from Green Bay, the UCLA quarterback that never did find a spot. Is that Will? Is that's his? I was thinking, is that Will Levi's mom sitting next to him? And thanks, Rick. Yeah, I got this at Universal right next door to Disneyland. I couldn't believe. As soon as I saw it hanging up there, I thought it was decoration. I went and ran in front. Hey, is that Montana jersey for sale? Yeah, really? No, I'm serious. I want. How much? I'm gonna tell you how much it was. I had to have it though. It doesn't matter how much it was, huh? No, I'm not gonna say because some people say, "Ronbo, man, come on, man, go back and get your change." I had to have it. Had to. I mean, this is like the real. This is the real generation. It's not an updated version. It's the one. Had to have it. You can tell by the design. What number are we? Winning this draft? We 99 so far. That could change. Look at her, boy. She's for real a football player. She got a leg and a brace and everything. Yeah, good. Let one of the ladies do it. Jackson. Fam, talk to me about this guy. Is he good? Why would they pick up a wide receiver to add when they have? What other needs do the Hawks have? Now, is what's his name thinking about retiring? No, he's not retiring yet. Come on, guys. You guys predicted Geno's going to pick up another weapon for Geno. Lockett, Smith, not a fam. This is significant picks. Lockett and DK, you know, um, uh-oh. Can, 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 kind of runs route. Reminds me of BA. Those are pretty sharp cuts. That's right, Hawks. You still get your ass whooped, okay? 4.52. That's decent speed for running back. You know, they got, see, Lockett and Metcalf are going to be focused on. See, all these accolades that he's been given right now, they're supposed to, oh man, we're not going to be able to walk over the Hawks, okay? We're going to have to play them. I can see right now. Their defensive line, I mean, the secondary got improved. That wide receiver room just almost really got complete. They're going to get themselves back up to speed kind of quickly. Unlike the Rams, we're going to we got years to be concerned with them. Cardinals, same thing. But the Hawks are a solid organization, ain't they? Wait, with this Texas boy, oh man, TB boy, y'all, come on, man. You got a leg to stand on, cowboy. Hey Rick, man, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when offensive line help, this could be worth a damn. I don't know, because whatever we have in for the last year or so is hopefully developed to a point where he can help us. You get a kid now from past the first round and into second and third and fourth round. He's probably going to take some work before he's going to be ready to go and be efficient enough that we could say, all right. No, we're not going to be saying, all right. We're going to be saying, oh, hell. So we're going to find out, ain't we? Yeah. These are the first draft pick I've seen go out and wade through the crowd. So Levi is still waiting. He ain't going here. We're down to 21, Levi, and they don't lead you in Chargerville. When does Levi get picked up? Ray Jr. Exactly. Gino won't have time to throw anyway. That's what's going on now in the NFL. You know, your quarterback, you better design some plays where he's got an escape route so he can find a way to throw the ball. Is this guy to 6'2"? 40? It's like now it says 40 times it says he's hella quick, but he looks like he's moving pretty well there. He's got some oh, who are you playing? Because that defensive end was in his. Did he step out of bounds there? You know, kind of reminds me of Lamb. Not just because of hair, but the way he runs. Both parents military background. That means this kid's really extremely disciplined. Kansas City's on the clock. Where did they get a pick from? No, that's just the name of the place. Did everybody worked out with Patrick Mahomes? So I guess if you're a wide receiver and coming out of school, the first thing you do is call Patrick. Hey, Patrick, man. Yeah, who's this? It's Quentin. Who? Yeah, we met last year, man. Come on, man. Oh yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'm gonna come and work out with you. Yeah, come on, hey, just check in. I can call this number and set it up. Patrick's probably like that too. He probably does, as long as you get past his management and they screen the dude out, you can get out there with him. I wonder when Trey set up his meeting with Patrick. Patrick's cool like that. Yeah, he'll help people out. See, this is what bites. We're sitting here watching all these players go, and you wonder what's left. But damn, if anything, we Lynch and Shanahan have proven, or Lynch for sure, is that some of the best players are not in the first round. So don't feel bad about picking tomorrow. And we never do really, but it's just fun with the first round. Because as a matter of fact, the worst things we've done has been in the first round. I'm not talking about Trey. I'm talking about some of the other picks. Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster. That is the worst year ever. I mean, that is really bad. The following year, didn't we pick up Mike McGlinchey? I think so. Don't forget about Javon. Actually, we should wait. Javon, he looks like a man on a mission this year. Fam, am I way off base thinking Javon Kinlaw might come in and show somebody something this year? I wish he would. I like having nonstop pain coming at the team's opposition offense because, if Javon could get out there and do some of the things he was anticipated to be able to do, I got Hargrave already doing what he does. I ain't giving up on him yet. I ain't giving up on him until I have to. You think the Chargers need more offense? They need the guys to be healthy. They had two of the league's premier wide receivers hurt at the same time. Yeah, that's true, Vader. The Chargers always pick long receivers, don't they? Gene, my corners do a good enough job. They stop the Hawks. Kincaid, come on, Friday. You know what? I was checking him out. Yeah, I'll take Kincaid. Kincaid's not the best at blocking, though, but boy, he can. JT Cologne, I'm not even reading that. Check out JT Cologne. Hey. But JT Cologne, that's not even 49ers style, though. They couldn't get into the first round with what you talk about anyway. It would take more than that. Although, Will Levis might be able to get into the second round anyway, the way it looks for him right now. Chris Hansen, Rams stay drinking Bud Lights as they find themselves for the next 5 to 6 years in a pit of misery. Rudy, Team Sports Familia. Rudy, how you doing? You enjoying this draft? Can't really work on Rudy like I want to because we're not picking in the first round either. Shit. My neighbor's watching and he says that Texas boys retarded for being up on this chat room. It's a Niners chat room, not his boys. Niner 2000, salute your neighbor for you. The one thing about Texas boy, he comes in here and he blocks people, so you can't say nothing back to him, so he doesn't see it anyway. And then he has his little sayings. What is that? Texas boy, you're a coward, man. Unblock them people. Fight. You can come in and start fights. Be ready to take some punches. Isaiah, and you know what? Will Levi is a second rounder next to Zach Wilson. You know what? Zach Wilson was probably not supposed to go as high as he went either, but that's always the case, right? Ian Sharp thinks he's going in the second round too. Yeah, Tony, Seattle got the second best corner in the draft and the best receiver in the draft. And remember what they did last year with the running back and those two stud offensive tackles. Tony, I've been telling people, I'm not in denial. I have been saying, okay, damn, the Hawks are probably they're gonna compete, and it's gonna take an A game to probably put them away because their coaching staff is pretty good. They do get their players to play tough. But I got faith, Tony, in my coaching staff, and I got more than just talents. I got absolute studs. We'll still put them down. You got to bring ass to get ass, so we're ready. Cardinals and Rams. I may leave the NBA. We may leave some of our starters out. Ravens look Zay Flowers. I've heard a lot about him for months, and I don't even watch college ball. Zay, you're still a first-round pick, but my 5'9", 4'2". What is it about you that people love so much? You know what, though? With that size, he's one of them dudes. You can't grab him. And he'll make you miss all day. Yeah, one of them. 22, third team. Two-time first team. We must have been hurt last year. Small guys. Always hated playing against really small guys. You know, because you can't tee off on them like, oh, yeah, he's one of them dudes. Look at that size. Your timing and technique has got to be razor sharp. Or else he's going to make you look bad in the middle of the damn field. That's when you got to get up to walk back to the sideline and grab your hamstring like you got hurt because you just got embarrassed. or your shoulder, anything. You just come off the field like 5'9" and a quarter, 182, 40-yard dash, 440. See, you don't have to be that fast with that. Look, here we go with highlights. One miss. Yeah, see, hate playing against guys like that. Quickness. Quickness is worse than speed, fam. Well, if ball players know, quickness is worse than speed. Because look at this. Look at the defender. The dude is standing there, got juked out. He's butt naked standing there. Oh, man. Lamar, man, you know what? And he's that kind of quickness. He's probably got. Ooh. OBJ ain't gonna be out there that long, but for a little while, his quickness could take a lot of pressure off of OBJ, couldn't it? Because you have to account for guys like this. You cannot leave them alone. Coming out of slots can be treacherous. Yeah, Steve Smith Sr. You know, oh, look at them routes. Steve Smith, by the way, that highlight shows the ref's not doing the job. Steve Smith Sr. pushed off on that play. Well, Smith knows this guy, too. Yeah, Baltimore maybe got something in Zay Flowers. I'd heard about this guy. So Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham Jr., Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews. Man, and Lamar loved him some Mark Andrews last year until he got hurt, didn't he? That's a pretty good group. OBJ ain't gonna last long. Hey, Val, how many weeks is OBJ gonna be playing? OBJ will be out by week 12. Hamstring, something's gonna happen. He can't stay on the field. I love the way they keep putting the camera on Will Levi. Oh, Kimmy, you know what? They make money at school. They get money from the alumni. If you're a good football player at an accredited school or a school that's got plenty of rep, the alumni will come out of nowhere and tell you, listen, if you got any needs, just give me a call. What? Oh, okay, yeah. And I mean anything. Yeah, I know. Thanks. You know, when you see kids driving around in high-end cars and they're not living in the dorm, the house they got, your parents couldn't even buy. The NFL turns a blind eye to that. Not the NFL, but the AAU turns a blind eye to that. You know, though, I do appreciate what they're doing with the kids now as far as college. You know, because the NFL, I mean the NFL, but college football was making all kind of money off those players. Didn't let them have a dime because if they did, they'd abuse their amateur status. Bullshit. They couldn't even take photos and charge for that unless the league. No, you cannot. Anything you charge for makes you a professional. Amateur status is ruined. No. Yet them seats is filled up every game, and the coach is getting paid like how much money? So I don't get this. And they finally got listened to. They can make money now. Make Josh Allen's mediocre. Making me. Josh has one more time. Otherwise, he should not be seen. I was watching ESPN the other day. There was what was that? They said Josh Allen, even though Aaron Rodgers is brought to that division, they still say Josh Allen is the best quarterback in that division. Well, didn't Green Bay lose to Buffalo? But I can't go by that. Josh Allen went nuts with the INTs last year, but they gave him some excuses. So certain quarterbacks throw more INTs than anybody in the league, but they still get excuses. Stafford got some excuses. They said his shoulder. Oh, nobody came to Dak's rescue though, did they? Dak just get called butt cheeks. He just sucks and he's overpaid. I know Marcus J. Pettis beat us on the Bears. Dante has his moments. He's just inconsistent. Dante was good with us, but only sometimes. What? Billy Lee. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth if they keep Case. Yeah, Dante, I remember when Dante first came, that boy would run routes, and there was no way anybody could stick with him. I mean, he was really, because his legs moved strange. So it's hard to stick with him. Vikings, what are you celebrating about? We're number 23, Will Levi. Somebody trade up and get Will Levi at number 31 or 32. God, I thought that the guy's got man boobs. And you know what's so funny because Kirk Cousins is not in this draft. Who else is voicing how they're. Mac Jones is not being used yet. Making me, you got it? You got a bet going on that? Will Levi, is he going to Minnesota? Ah. No, without even looking, I think Ian Sharp's right. A Thielen replacement. Who's left though that's that good? SC product going to join Jefferson. Okay, so a lot of wide receivers in the first round, huh? But Jacksonville picked up a couple more spots straight into the Giants. Fam, can he, college dudes, can he beat Thielen? Thielen's getting up there, though, so he probably, him and Jefferson, give me the stats. Is he 6 something? Athleticism? Because Jefferson at the peak of the league was just plain murder. $5'11". Oh, he ain't that big, though. A little light, too, at 173. 449. Not bad speed. Let me see that highlight reel. Smooth, fluid, tempo routes. Mind you, Calvin Ridley. And you know Ridley can run some routes. Good tracking. Good tracker. See, that's the thing. He's a deep threat, too. You got to have guys that can keep their eye on the ball and run the route. You got to be able to track. BA can do that. Oh, my God, the dude, he just, 24, go home, get up, just walk to the sideline and tell the coach I'm out of here. Ooh, that was vicious. That's why I know BA wasn't going anywhere. You get rid of BA. BA's your best wide receiver, technique and skills-wise. He's going to be expensive next year, too. I know Leroy Phillips, the Pink Panther. I thought about that, too. For sure, me and Justin Jefferson going to be the best in the league. For sure. Don't say that, man. Just say, I tell you what, all right, you go talk the talk, you better walk the walk. Expect a lot of all-out effort. Or look at the camera and just say, pain. But don't be talking about a lot of touchdowns and all that other stuff. But you gotta get out there and we'll know about it if it happens. But man, making me, you can get that. You get a lot of that tomorrow, too. Boy, don't tell us. If we clean up in the third round, and with the 50th pick, the 49ers have traded up into the second round. Oh, they got somebody in mind. We're going to go get that tight end that we need right now. I know it. Because, I could be an offensive lineman, though. Nah. The 49ers, I heard they're working really hard. If I read that article, the 49ers are working diligently on trying to figure out how to bring in a tight end to join George Kittle. As soon as I look at, there's a George Kittle commercial going on with this drink, too. Or George is part of this commercial. Fast twitch. Igniter. Bigs in round 1, pick 24. And Will Levi is still sitting in the audience saying, why? Why me? I don't want to be like Aaron Rodgers. My feelings are genuinely hurt. I'm a good quarterback. Well, it's not your fault. You're probably going to be one of the best in the game. But now you got motivation to be the best in the game. You got abused. You got disrespected. If you go to the second round, I expect you to be Pro Bowl in your first year. Why? Because you got done wrong. Don't get mad. Get even. See, Fab, that's the thing about being a quarterback. You know, if they're slating you as a top 10 and you're waiting till day 2, the embarrassment. It's only money. Well, think about your legacy that you're about to build. People will be talking about you for years after you leave the game. Michael, that's a good question. I wonder, will the Giants take a tight end we would like to have? Have you noticed, knock on wood, have you noticed not one TE? This draft is loaded with TEs, good ones, and not one yet. And we're going into pick 24. The Giants might take one, though. Because who's the tight end for the Giants? Don't the Giants have a solid tight end? But you can't have too many tight ends. Tom J, offensive line, tight end, cornerback, kicker in that order. Tom, yeah, you know, especially when our third-round picks are so close together. Or is that fifth round? Am I getting confused? No, that's third round. 101, 99, 101, 101, 102. Yeah, they're all in a bunch right there. That's why the 49ers, if they wanted to go get somebody they really, really want badly, they can get those three picks. It's too much, though, isn't it? I wouldn't give away all those. You can go get a 2 for all them threes, especially they're lined up like that. Deontay Banks. Defensive linemen, cornerbacks. The league is clear on this. If it's going to be a quarterbacks league, the defense is getting ready and more ready every year. Compared to L'Jarius Sneed. Damn! Ref, that's not legal. That's not even legal. You do that in the NFL, that's a flag. That's a flag there, too. What's the speed? That dude runs a 4.3. (6'2). Damn. See, like we say every year, the Combine Olympics don't mean you're a good football player. Some of the worst guys of all time have done done badly in the Combine. And Tom Brady's not the only guy. So his Hall of Fame. Just saying to make myself feel better because we ain't picking nobody in the first round. Wait, Rams on the clock? Hey, you know what? Is it RMS? The realist. He's an offensive line, defensive back, corner, safety. You know what? Mick, you know what? That does sound like the 49ers. You know, it is going to make me mad. Although I got no right to do so, but I'm going to get mad if they pick up defensive lineman with that first 99. Especially if we see a tight end or a great safety go next. because that wouldn't really make a lot. They're not going to do that. No. Are they going to do that? Because they did that year when we needed a wide receiver with speed. Javon Kinlaw. There were so many prime wide receivers in that draft. We picked Javon Kinlaw. We're still trying to get some kind of production out of Javon Kinlaw 3 years later. And that kid, Henry Ruggs, we could have saved his life. I do not believe if he comes to San Francisco that he's racing down the street anywhere in the Bay Area at 100+ miles an hour like he's lost his damn mind. Not only saved his life, but saved that lady's life, which bothers me even worse. Javon Kinlaw. Tim Sutton, you're absolutely right. Because the Rams are going to run out of places. They probably already actually ask around because they're paying rent at SoFi. And if you let Rudy talk, yeah, well, you guys can't afford, to even fix your own stadium. Rudy, you don't even own your own stadium. If anything needs fixing, the Chargers will have to take care of it. They're paying rent. And that was the real Rudy because he was in Twitter. See, I think that, I was a little bit like that. In 2016, after Harbaugh left for 2 years, I was running around talking trash and I knew was wrong and had no backing or substance to it. I know some people, Ronbo, you're still talking that guy. But, I was getting worked by Raider fans, Cowboy fans. Remember that game Zeke went in and did a number on us when his first year? I mean, I got abused like nobody's ever. I mean, I still stood my ground, though, man. I was talking back. I knew I didn't have a leg to stand on. 49ers were embarrassing us every Sunday. I said, this can't go on forever. I remember that year that Ahmad, what's that edge rusher we had? He was sitting down and they asked him, you know what? That 49er team, they're going to be in the Super Bowl in a couple of years. I said, Brooks, what are you talking about? And that was another day we just got our ass handed to us. There was another league. Remember we set that record of teams could run on us and ran on us all day? Zeke was one of those people, ran up damn near 200 yards on us. I said, this is what I'm saying. Rudy, get ready for it, man, because you guys think winning that Super Bowl, because it wears out, after 2-3 seasons. Yeah, we won the Super Bowl. Yeah, well, the next 2-3 years, we went to the Super Bowl, too. Never did go back. And people just came in and just did a number. Every week I refused to yield, though. I mean, we would talk. Remember, Red and Gold Radio, I say, fam, we ain't losing no game. And then the realists would come in. Ronbo, man, we're not winning this game, man. I mean, what are you talking about? Look, because I'm not giving them no faith. 49ers going to win this game. Go win it 27-10. Come Sunday evening, the team that we were playing, they mopped the floor with us. So, for anybody who thinks that winning a Super Bowl and you could go 10 years of losing, you ain't gonna feel good. I'm telling you. Man, with Bills. See, they got a tight end, damn it. But Dalton Kincaid's a part of a group that's really good. Get a decent tight end. Because Travis Kelce, George Kittle, 6'3", 246. Is he fast? He beats man coverage. But is he a workhorse? So is he willing to block? Kincaid, I didn't see that's not that didn't write that up on him. What you're seeing on this highlight film is what he'll give you. But Travis Kelce isn't blocking either, and he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. And we picked George, and we picked George Kittle by accident. I don't think the 49ers actually knew what they had in George. I mean, they looked at him because they went over there purposely to find C.J. Beathard, and then they found George just happened to be there, and they liked what they saw in him. I remember Hoyer said the first year when he was out there working out with George, he says, "Hey, this guy, they didn't use him much as a receiver. Somebody made a mistake." Words that now resonate. That was George's rookie year. Hoyer was right on point. Ben Ibats, yeah, that tight end, yeah. So maybe this is all that. This could help because Josh Allen runs far too often. Josh Allen should be getting rid of the ball more than he does. So if he has himself a Travis Kelce, a George Kittle, he'll probably be more inclined to pass. So if this guy measures up, look out. The Bills, Dallas, you need to pick up Will Levi because Dak needs to be traded or cut. Jerry Jones is calling the shot here too. And you know it. the Dallas, and their war room looks like a. It looks like more like a corporate room for meetings. Chase. You think the Cowboys could take a tight end? I'll bet you're right. They haven't had a real tight end they love since what's his name left. Oh, Laporte! William Roberts, they're going to take Laporte because we want him. You want him. I want him. Laporte's going in the second round, though. Oh. If the 49ers do get back in the second round, that's who they'd be targeting. Laporta. Jerry Jones is going to jerk him off the list right now, though. Jerry Jones is a mad run against GM. Tony, who's he going to pick? I think we're on to something with that tight end, though. I believe I've got the Papa Dragon. Bob, get in here.
What's up, Ronbo?
Bob, man, this draft has been. We did your draft earlier. I don't know if you were unbusy at that time, but I'm telling you, some of these things that are going on in the draft today. Bob, have you been watching? Have you been monitoring this situation?
Yeah, I've been watching the draft. I've been watching the whole thing.
Can you believe some of the things? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, actually, it's been a good draft for some teams. I think the Ravens have done well by themselves.
Really
so has
well.
Buffalo. I think the Detroit Lions have done well. I know people are questioning what they did and why they did it, but like I said before, everyone has a draft board that's set up a certain way, and the Detroit Lions draft picks say, run the ball, stop the run. Who is that geared towards, Ronbo?
That's Detroit in that division.
No, who's that geared towards?
It sounds like our team
It's geared towards San Francisco.
because that's what we try to do, and that's why a lot of teams are going to try to adopt that same thing. You're right.
So right now, the one of the top two teams in the NFC right now run the ball and play defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's Philadelphia. That's the San Francisco 49ers. And with Rodgers gone, yeah,
That's going to be Green Bay.
That's Detroit.
But who picked up Bijan?
Who picked up who?
How do you pronounce that? Bigia.
Oh, the running back?
Yeah. Atlanta.
John Mustard? Atlanta did.
Yeah. Man.
Atlanta's thinking the same thing. Run the ball, stop the run.
Because just like I was alluding to it earlier, Pop, you cannot expect your quarterback to stand there and wait for those deep routes to form too often. You can set that up and get it to happen, but you're only going to get that quarterback killed because offensive linemen, they haven't caught up with the defensive line prowess down through the years. So there's going to be a while before that adjustment is going to be made. What do you think about the offensive line have been taken? I seen a guy that reminded me of Trent Williams. I think he was picked at number 5 or 6.
Yeah. It was pretty much what I thought. I thought overall there's going to be about 4 or 5 linemen that can come in and start this year at a top level, and that they would go quickly, and they did.
Yeah.
And like I said, the edge position is just like, I'm serious, Ronbo. I think that position is about 20, 25 players deep. Players that could just come.
Wait, hold it, Pop. Hold it.
Yep, you got to pick.
See, another defensive tackle. This is the lineman. It's the trenches in the first round. I think they're dominating. Wide receivers are getting picked a lot. But go ahead, fam. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to see what the Cowboys are going to do.
No, I was just saying that, based on like I said, my big board overall, that's the situation. The situation with Levis, who I felt had the potential to be the best quarterback. Honestly, I had a second round grade for every single quarterback in the draft that's been drafted so far. But I'm hard on quarterback.
Levis, yeah, he's 26. We're heading towards the second round anyway.
Apparently he's got some red flags on the health department. So apparently he's got a bad toe. One team feels that he's gonna have to get surgery on that toe at the end of next year. So yeah, one little toe can cause so many problems.
Well, it should. I mean, Papa, can you imagine? I bring him in here. We'll have to pay for the procedure on his toe. It wasn't successful. I used first-round draft pick to get him, and now he's useless. Yeah, that's risky.
No, he's not getting drafted. Not today. I'm not sure how far he's going to fall, but overall, I thought that overall, if you're looking for CEO of your team with a good arm, good, accurate, lively arm, a little bit of mobility, I thought that he was the guy. But obviously, my problem is with the number 1 overall pick out of Alabama. I just think he's small. We don't even know how small he is because he won't get on the scale.
I see him walking toward the weight room. I mean, where they're going to weigh you down. Bryce, you want to step on here? No? What do you mean, no? Listen, I don't have to.
I think C.J. Stroud, although he failed a cognitive test, which is one of the reasons why I would have probably why I bumped him down to the second round, is that I think he's going to a good spot with a good head coach. So I think D'Amico's going to get it. Yeah, it does matter. It matters when a coach is like behind you 100% and he feels like, hey, this dude's got me. He's not going to embarrass me in public. You know what I'm saying? He's got my back. Yeah, you're gonna break your neck for that coach. So I think that he's going to be fun.
Right.
I think Richardson was a big reach. But his head coach was Jalen Hurts' offensive coordinator. So he knows how to deal with that type of a player. So, and I don't think Jalen Hurts does anything really complicated.
No.
line up in a balanced formation, run left or run right, depending on what the defense does, where the safety is, and throw the ball sometimes to really good receivers. So I think that they're going to try to replicate that with Richardson
Absolutely.
there.
There's no doubt about it. Because that kid
So
can run. And
yeah,
he's got a great arm.
yep.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
exactly right. That's why they picked him up.
yeah, it's you know, sometimes it's not about what someone is rated. It's like what your draft board is and then what you're prepared to do, kind of a deal. You know, it doesn't appear that there's going to be a Trey Lance trade. I don't think any of the teams
Everybody
in the
knew
first
it. You're not
round.
going to get a first round pick. I mean, he may possibly be able to get a second or third round, but you're not going to get a first round.
You're not going to get any round for him, dude. Look,
Yeah,
let's say
because Trey hasn't had a chance to show anybody anything.
You know what? Only way I trade for Trey Lance is if you gave me a Carfax first. Let me get a Carfax. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. There's some damage from an accident. Looks like you had a collision up the middle. Oh, you got flood. There's some flood damage from making it rain.
Take him to a car. Take him to a garage and put him up on that rack. Look him over and get all these things to say.
Flood damage.
Because
flood
that damage foot.
Here. Flood damage, coach. From I think he was making it rain, and he flooded him out. So there's a little flood damage here as well. It's just not going to happen. It's just.
Honestly,
what word have the 49ers said about him that makes you want to trade for him? Name one word. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
It's not plenty of nice guys. I want a guy that's not nice and can play great football. You know?
I don't care if you're an asshole as long as you can play. I'm serious. I know a lot of people are down on who's the big assholes in the NFL right now?
Oh, right now.
Aaron Rodgers. People say Aaron Rodgers is a big asshole. I would take Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, I would. You can throw the hell out of that.
What's his name also that left the league here, the offensive lineman? I mean, the dude was – I'd have him on my offensive line in a heartbeat. Because the first time he eye gouged a defensive lineman, I would say, that's my kind of ball player. What is his name? I used to be such a huge fan. I said, I don't want any of my kids hanging around him after the game or anything. But in the meantime, I'll take him on offense. Huh?
But there's some mean ones. Donkey Kong Sue, he is a mean bastard.
Yeah.
I didn't like him, but I would want him on my team. You can play with me.
Anthony Davis and the Rhino, these were guys you don't mess with. Don't when you did something to Cap, they would hunt you down for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
I like that attitude.
Yeah, Kevin Gilligan.
Yeah,
I think Cap is one of the. I think it's one of the saddest tales, man. It's just for that dude to go from like Ron Jaworski saying he's gonna go down to be the greatest in the history of the league to just being out of the league and how he went out.
That was sad, wasn't it?
No, it's terrible.
And then the league blackballed him.
But I saw it though. Well, honestly, think about it, Ronbo. Come on, man. You sue your boss and you want to go back and get a job from your boss.
Did he sue Jed?
No, he sued the league. That means you sue all the owners.
Goodell, yeah.
And you sue the owners. The league is the owners.
Yes, right.
And Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell works for the owners.
And he was the most hated man in the league. They actually put that out there where everybody could read it. Another tackle. See, everybody wants to protect their quarterback. I think they're going to dominate the first round.
No, the defensive line is going to dominate. Like I said, it's very deep. It's so deep that I'm hoping that something slides to us. Because, like I say, I think that we could take something that isn't quite as good, and I think Kosera can polish it up real nice,
to make him even better.
Turn it sideways,
and shove it up the Rams' candy butt.
The Rams' candy asses. So I feel very confident about Kosera.
So you're looking at defensive linemen, and I saw your draft. You got a lot of trenchmen too. I'm not going to be mad at that because this team doesn't have a lot of needs. Offensive linemen, I was hoping, but we've seen some good tackles. Your assessment of the tackles that have went so far?
I think the tackles that have went so far will be serviceable starters. coming into the league, and all of them will have to get stronger. All of them will have to get faster and learn the pro game.
NFL,
but overall, I expect a lot of those guys to play early, if not start, and have successful careers in the NFL. Because if there's one thing about offensive line, when you do get them in the first round, they usually get to their second contract. They usually pay for 10 years. If you hit on one, yeah, exactly. You should get a Pro Bowler out of it. So usually that's the way it goes. Like I say, unless you draft somebody who specializes in run blocking.
Mike McGlinchey.
Exactly. You kind of
can't protect, but I'm road grading, baby.
Yeah, based on what I saw with the protection, I mean, a lot of these guys are really getting out to the edge very fast. They're very long. They were strong. Yeah, so I mean, based on what I saw in the players themselves, I thought overall the players were very good. So we'll have to see how things play out tomorrow. I mean, I don't even know if I'll land any pick this year, just because of the way I'm seeing the current draft going. Like I thought, everyone thought tight ends were going to go early and often, and only one on.
Only Kincaid.
Right.
So tomorrow's going to be just a buyout for tight ends, because that's the biggest class, or the biggest and most stacked.
Don't be surprised tomorrow if you see 12 tight ends go tomorrow.
I will not be surprised. And that's why I'm thinking the 49ers may want to get into the second round, because if things are going, as John Lynch says, if we see a lot of the guys a lot of the people we want, we'll try to move up. And I got a feeling that's what's going to happen, just like you're saying.
This is why I disagree with that. It's a numeric thing. Remember, by trade, I'm a computer scientist. So variables say that the more shots I have, the more of a chance I have to draft a player that's fifth. That's the odds, right? So if I take 11 picks, and let's say I cut 4 of them, okay, then I still added 7 players to my team. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, or if I trim down to 7 picks, take the same percentages out of the 7 that maybe only 3.5 make it or 4 make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I think that after around 18 players, after 18, my top 18, I believe that a lot of the players, and I think the quarterbacks are outliers because quarterbacks have to go to the right situations. Unlike Trey Lance. I don't think Trey Lance went to the right situation.
Did you just notice, right? Another edge rusher. See? It's all about kill the quarterback. He runs a 4.5. What?
No,
God.
That's where the talent is. That's where the talent is. I'm telling you, that is where the talent is in this draft.
I thought it was last year that. Well, actually, how many edge
rushers
came out last year?
Every draft is
has
different.
Its premier unit.
Every draft is different, but there has been a big discrepancy between offensive pass protectors and pass rushers. There's been pass rushers have been outnumbering them like 4-1, 3-1, and it's I think it's worse this year. But I think a big part of that is we are now coming off of our COVID years. So you'll see older players. You'll see a lot of pass rushers who've been able to kind of grow into their bodies and really develop as far as their speed. And you're seeing better body types this year, which was kind of a surprise for Drake. Drake Jackson should have been in better shape. But these guys are coming.
Drake, that was surprising that he got tired in the middle of the season. Talk about Miles Murphy for a second, though. How good is Miles Murphy? I saw his name of the few names that I noticed. I remember his. Is he good?
Yeah, I think so. I think Miles Murphy is very, very, very violent, very strong, a competitor, someone who's prepared. So I think ultimately, I think he's a good football player. But again, as I was saying before, it's like when you look at draft grades, what your board looks like, based on what my board looks like, which I tried to structure my board similar to the 49ers board. So I'm trying to pretend I'm the 49ers. And I'm looking at the board, like I said, anything after the first 18 players, So between 18 and pick 299, all those players are really, really close. They're really, really close. At that point, it becomes a matter of taste and a matter of scheme fit to what you're doing. And based on that, it'll be very, very interesting. You notice there was 2 running backs taken in the first round early, but they're the Marshall Faulk, Christian McCaffrey types, the guys that
can catch the
run
ball
routes
out of the backfield,
catch the ball, deadly out of the backfield. So, I think those are good picks.
But Pop, the cool thing about that is you can see who sets the standard around the NFL. Get yourself a Christian McCaffrey, play defense, and offensive linemen can get out into space and form that maze for that running back to get through. This is the safest route, less turnovers, supposedly, and you're wearing out the opposition's defense.
No, you're absolutely right about that. I mean, there's any team that set the trend for that. I think the 49ers did back when Shanahan got here. I think that trend started there. But, I mean, it also could mean that he's just following where the talent is. And, again, they've said it already. Our team is based on the rookie contract, right? Yeah. So they're not making any quarterback that's in that room. Sorry, Trey lovers. Sorry, Brock lovers. Sorry, Sam lovers. He's not. He's going to roll with the hot hand. Who's ever the hottest will be the guy. That guy goes down to be the next guy. That guy goes down to be the next guy. The thing is that they don't want to be in a position where there's no guys, right? And
so keep all
that's
3.
fixable. That's fixable, though. You know what I'm saying? The reason why that's fixable is there's just certain things you have to stop doing. Maybe you don't do play action in the first half. You wait till like the second half. The team's a little bit tired, a little bit dimmed. You do your play actions at that particular point. 2, if you do a play action, go max protect. Don't just have a chip or have someone stand there and block their best pass rushers, because now pass rushers are coming off both sides. 2,
like bullets.
Right. The 49ers offense is the most copied offense in the league. There's about 14 teams that run it right now, and they all know how to stop it, right? So for the 49ers, I think to succeed, obviously, is to keep their players healthy. And I don't understand. I think what frustrates me the most is we have players like Mason. We have players like Juice. They need more playing time to kind of level out the amount of punishment that gets laid on their stars, like the Deebos and the McCaffreys and the quarterbacks. You gotta, if you're going to run down people's throat, then hammer them with your big hammers, right? And then that way, when the second half comes, the smaller, faster hammers will seem hard too, because they're coming at you full speed. Elijah Mitchell, things like that, players like that. So, but we'll have to see. I don't foresee any trades. Like I said, I heard some talk about Juwan Jennings to Tennessee. That might materialize still.
I heard about something like that a few days ago. And, of course, I've always, Juwan's been doing, because they just signed him to that. What is that contract? That status he has. Anyway, they gave him his little
he's
change.
Restricted.
They gave him a couple of dollars. Yeah.
Exclusive rights free agent. I think it was 1 point something million. So, obviously, they could keep him. But at the same time, if they trade him, it's not like they can't fulfill that role, especially if they pick up a tight end. Like I think I mock Schoonmaker, who I like a lot. They know a lot about him. Apparently the 49ers and Harbaugh are on speaking terms and stuff like that now, so they're getting intel on Schoonmaker for him. He also came in for a visit. So there's a chance he might line with the 49ers. I'd be totally okay with that, because I think that he's probably a couple notch, maybe a notch and a half behind Kincaid, but I think that he has a lot of room to grow as far as just his ability to run routes, find opening parts in the zone. He can run really well, and he can block really well. So I think he'd be a great scheme fit for the 49ers.
And Pop, wait a minute, Pop. You're right. Another defensive tackle's on his way to New Orleans.
Steve?
It's defensive line. I didn't expect.
But you see the problem. Right? But do you see the problem for offenses? we've had all these defensive linemen taken. We've only had about 4 or 5 offensive linemen taken. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's a lot. It's like there's way more defenders out there than, offensive protectors. And it's kind of funny. I don't know if you saw the Deion Sanders interview during the Super Bowl when he talks about scouting for players.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, he goes, I'm looking at an offensive tackle. I'm looking for, somebody who's got both parents at home. He's a protector.
Stability.
He's a leader of the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Somebody who's stable. He goes, for a pass rusher, single parent home, just trying to go get it for his mama. He's like,
and kind of angry,
Exactly.
That's
a lot of those.
And again, here we go. It's the 49ers. How long has Lynch been building that defensive line? He's been, even all season long, you'll see John Lynch parading multiple players in at the same time, defensive linemen, trying to find one that's going to be a gem, apparently. I said, John, you got 15, 20 defensive linemen. Can we look at some offensive linemen too? But that's not, it's too late at that point in the season.
But it's not there. But if it's not there, it's not there. So you got to get someone late. Yeah. And then you got to develop them. Then you got to cut them. Then you got to bring them back. And now he's your right guy.
We do that a lot, don't we? The 49ers always done it. Yeah, he left Friday, and we're hoping to get him back Monday. And every now and then that doesn't work.
I don't know. I still think they probably do a better job than most teams. I mean, otherwise, how could you explain them having such a win record that they have? And that is, to some degree, their coaches get the most out of their players in the trenches.
Yeah.
Better than most. Like, we just lost, how many, at the 49ers, we lost about 4 or 5 defensive linemen this offseason, and they all went to starting jobs.
Yeah.
Right? And then we bought in a bunch of guys 1-year deals because we got to get some rookies, low cost labor, and then we got to build those guys up with Kosera.
And that somehow works. The 49ers, and it goes for everybody. Like quarterbacks we mentioned earlier, there's not going to be any second contract.
Right.
They're going to get that quarterback next year and get him ready.
Right. And the hardest part about today, is sitting there through the draft, sitting there. Right now, this is the hard part for me because if we hadn't traded all those picks for one player, we would be trading pretty close to where we are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand?
30,
so technically,
29, 30, 31.
Our first round pick is Trey.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know what the percentage is of the fan base that wants him out, but I can tell you one. It just totally seems like the 49ers are out on him. It seems like Kyle and Lynch are out on this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only played 4 games, and you gave up all these picks for him.
Yeah, and the problem is the record, and it looks, that he wasn't out there. You picked up, he's out there for 2 years, and he hasn't played. They take that real, they're not willing to wait. He's going to get a shot though, but my God,
that was part of the plan.
He cannot get hurt during all season.
My understanding was when they sold us on the plan, it was like, oh, we talked to Jed. We okay if he sits for a year or sits for 2 years. Okay, well, he sat for 2 years. Okay, but now here comes the monkey wrench. The monkey wrench is Brock Purdy. He came in and tore it up. You can't take him out. You can't. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Shanahan took him out.
Mm-hmm.
so
before he learned anything, and that's the worst thing about it. He didn't learn anything. He was supposed to be training for 2 years. Yeah.
Right. So I think, like a lot of fans, we all can agree that the window for our current core of older players is now. But the real question is do we have
replacements,
that elusive quarterback to get us through? Because I'll tell you right now, Ronbo, if Jimmy G goes through the entire year and doesn't get injured and doesn't catch any STDs, if he goes through the entire year, Ronbo, I'm going to blame somebody in this room. All I gotta say, because for a lot of years we were sick of Jimmy because we want to put it on Jimmy. But really, it's like this last year was really, really eye-opening. So do we get a quarterback on day 3? I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah. Well, day 3 is coming
I
up.
mean,
You know what? And the thing is, they're not going to go round 7 with another quarterback. There's no way they go back to that basket twice. Not within this length of time.
well,
But Pop,
I'll tell you on the
tomorrow though,
Purdy. Yeah.
99. What's going to be that pick?
I think it's going to be the best defensive lineman available. It's
So
going to be
when do you think
I
about
think
a
it's
safety? Because you got Gibbs leaving probably within the next year or so. And then you got Trent Williams you need to be concerned with. Or do you wait till next year to get Trent Williams?
No, you're right. I understand what you're totally saying. But remember, teams don't draft based on need. They draft based on their board and how their team is constructed, right?
Well, then there's that.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, I guarantee you that their board is heavily weighted towards linebackers because they have to carry 10 to 11 linebackers. We carry 10 to 11 defensive linemen. So our board will be weighted that way. We lost Amenahu. We lost Ebukam. Those guys were major contributors. I'm not convinced that we picked up people to replace that. Are you?
Not Hargrave. Amenahu played on both inside and outside.
You need a committee of guys if you don't have the guy to replace those guys. You see what I'm saying? So plus they're in 1-year deals. Yeah. And free agents aren't cheap.
And especially third round.
Yeah. Free agents aren't cheap, but you know what is cheap? The rookie contract is cheap.
Absolutely. Especially, it's not even the second round we're talking about here. We're on the third. Unless they move in the second round because they see some of the people leaving and they got to get in there quick before it's too late. Because we've seen the 49ers do that before. They panic and they go get Dante Pettis. Why? Because the Cardinals were threatening to get him. I said, I like him, but I
don't want to hear anything about Chase Young. The last 2 years, he's had a 9% pressure rate.
He's not healthy.
No. So again, what I'm saying is that when you look at the draft, and if you look at your board, and let's say you have an edge rusher who's a couple spots back, and you have a defensive tackle. The defensive tackle, based on who you currently have in your roster, will probably play 15 snaps a game. Okay. The edge rusher could also play 15 snaps a game, but he's more likely, because of his 4.5 or 4.6 speed, to get you out of those 10 snaps, get you 3 pressures. So he's at 30%, 40% pressure rate. Who are you going to pick, Ronbo?
Yeah, you got to look at the numbers.
You picked the pass rusher because we're trying to get to the quarterback on third down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I think that's going to be that, right? And plus, Eric Armstead is older. He's expensive. Like, that's a bad combination, Ronbo. Old and expensive.
How old is Armstead now? He's 30. Harbaugh picked him. He's 30? Yeah.
Yeah. That's old. And he's coming off a season.
A questionable year.
A season where he had 1.5 sacks, Ronbo.
Yeah.
And he
not
made
much
20
more than that the year
year.
before. Wait.
I'm just saying.
Eric got some sacks in the playoffs, didn't he? I remember, I thought he had 3. But he was hurt most of the year.
He dealt with plantar fasciitis all year.
Yeah, and that's a condition that comes and goes like arthritis, if it isn't a form of arthritis.
So it's people can do it. I mean, everybody's pain threshold is different. Antonio Gates played on plantar fasciitis the entire season, made the Pro Bowl, had 85 catches. So you could do it. But
your threshold,
I couldn't do it.
Wait a minute. Let me see what the Eagles are going to do.
What are Eagles going to do?
Edge. Another edge. This draft is just give me an edge. 6'2" and that's not that big.
But they're doing excellent though. That's what they do. They do. They're going to continue to run their 5 defensive line front.
Pop, the dude runs a 4.3.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Is there another edge rusher that's ever ran that fast?
Do you know who Crocker is? Eric Crocker?
Yeah, of course.
He runs one of the thousands and thousands of camps where they focus on speed. Okay? These kids right now, man, are going to all these crazy camps where they're learning how to maximize speed at the detriment to their physical capabilities and their physical, the way their physical body can even stand it. But 4.3, I'm not surprised.
But Pop, speed is a God-gifted thing usually. I mean, you can come in and work on your quickness and stuff like that.
Yes, it is a God-gifted thing. But you remember Joey Galloway?
Yeah.
You know, Joey Galloway ran a 4.19.
Wait a minute. This is not what I remembered about him.
Joey Galloway.
You're breaking 4.2.
He's ran a 4.19.
Yeah, that's
very fine. In the draft magazine, which is what we had back in the day. It says Joey Galloway, blink and he's gone. That's what it said about him. But Joey said, he says, yes, I'm fast. He goes, but there's an issue of technique when you're running. Yeah. And when I'm running a 40-yard dash, it's different than me running a football field. So I know exactly what stride I have to be at what specific time to get under 4.2. He knows it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But I'm just saying that from a coaching standpoint or a track standpoint, you can improve speed, right? Yeah, like I have twin daughters, right? You have twin daughters. Boom Boom is super baby. She's smart. She's athletically gifted, coordination, balance, the whole nine. You show her once and she's got it. Okay? Right. Bam Bam is the opposite. Clumsy. Not good at anything, but she's smart and determined. And determined is the key word. Yes. So they had gym class and they did indexes where everyone runs and everyone runs to a time. And Peyton was last out of 20 kids.
Okay.
So I said, she comes to me and says, Papa, can you help me get faster? I'm saying, what's going on? She told me she was last. Yeah, I can help you get faster. So I just showed her all the running drills that you would typically do to build speed and loosen up the joints, improve your stretching, improve the length of your stride, all that crap that Christian McCaffrey's doing. I was having her do stuff like that.
All right.
Right.
And after that, how long ago was that? Has she improved her speed?
She did. She is now middle of the pack.
All right.
So she went from last place to around 8th or 9th, but she improved. So that's what I'm saying. Now, again,
answer you right, because as a young kid, I was a quarterback, a 400-meter runner. The first time I broke under 50, I says, I could have ran faster than that. There's something about after you've developed the confidence and you got the form, because you work on form, right. Knees, toes pointed, arm action, everything gets involved in running, because most people don't know how to run. They got their arms going everywhere. Their feet are going the wrong way. Your knees are not getting up. If you can teach her all that, her speed has to go.
Right. I mean, and adrenaline plays a factor. Fear plays a factor. As Mahomes says, he runs with fear. Because at the combine, he ran a 4.8, but he don't look like a 4.8 on a football field.
It's true.
I'm running scared, dude.
And that Super Bowl, man, I never seen Patrick run like that, and his foot was hurting.
Oh, man, one of a kind. Hey, Lamar Jackson got paid. Another quarterback we're not going to get. We were linked to so many quarterbacks, Ronbo.
That was never going to happen, and I knew that. There's no way. We're talking about a team that doesn't want to spend any money on a quarterback, and I'm going to get him in here and give him that kind of a contract. There was no way on God's green earth that was going to happen.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I do believe wholeheartedly that Jed inquired about it. And I'll tell you why he inquired.
Everybody.
He inquired about it because I believe that his unofficial football liaison, Frank Gore, told me you should check that dude out.
Yeah. And Jed listens. Darnold may start because of Frank.
Darnold will start because of Darnold. It won't be because of Frank. It'll be because of Darnold.
Yeah.
The most stubborn man on the 49ers is legitimately the coach, is Kyle. So I think Kyle, like I said, he's not dumb. He's going to start the guy who's going to give the 49ers the best chance to win. So if Trey Lance is ready, then he starts. If he's not ready, then Sam starts.
Pop, your opinion on KC's on the clock. Who are they going to pick?
Casey's going to pick an edge rusher.
Hey, that's right, isn't it? Wait, who was
It could be.
they had? What's his name last year? He's an interior lineman, isn't he? Frank
Yeah,
Clark.
Frank Clark can play anywhere.
Yeah, but he needs somebody else out there. I think you're right.
Yeah,
Because
they're going to try to.
Travis Kelce's not going to retire, but he's the only tight end I see them use. And they've got plenty of tight ends in this draft. All right, Pop, I'm tell you what. I'm going to call it right now. It's tight end.
Tight end. You know what? I would say tight end would be my second choice. But like I said, the tight ends are so. At this point, you really want to get somebody that can come in and contribute right away. So you're talking about someone sitting behind Kelce because they want to be fast.
Yeah.
You know, adding another tight end on the field is going to slow them down a little bit. I think they want to be as fast as possible. So
especially if he can't
more than likely, speed receiver or a edge rusher.
Not an offensive line. There was no more offensive lineman. As a matter of fact, yeah, there's nobody left, is there? They've picked them all up.
No one left that you can sit there and say, okay, they're a borderline starter or NFL contributor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody has time for this, especially if it's an offensive lineman that's going to take years, and he's not going to have any impact on the roster anytime soon. That's a wasted pick in the first round. If you're going to get that guy, you're going to get him later.
Hey, did you get the numbers on Lamar Jackson's contract?
285. Wait. What's the guaranteed money? I was blown away by the numbers. Am I right on that? 285 is guaranteed. Am I right?
No, I don't know. I'm asking you, actually.
Okay, I thought you were going to give me a view.
I didn't know if you heard or not.
I did. I saw that on my phone as soon as it came up. I was about 4 minutes into that, and I saw that pop. And it just got 4 minutes ago, and I said, Jesus Christ. I said, Lamar's going to set a new trend in the NFL. You don't need an agent. It depends on how good you are, though. 185, I'm sorry, Kenny Powers says 185 guaranteed. What was he going for? Is that better than Deshaun Watson?
It's better. No. Yes and no. I think Deshaun Watson doesn't have – his contract is fully guaranteed, but with clauses, right? So I think it fluctuates between $130 million guaranteed to the full guarantee. Depends on what happens with him.
Yeah,
I believe. I could be mistaken.
$260 million for Lamar, 185. Yeah, I saw
he's the highest paid quarterback per year now as Lamar Jackson.
Oh, God, no doubt about it. I mean,
but I will say this to owners. Yeah. I'll say this to owners, all of them, including our owners. Y'all better stop waiting to pay these guys. You better start paying them before other players start getting paid. Because at this point right now, man, Nick Bosa is going to be $34-35 million a year.
Easily. Well, the 49ers are trying to give him that because Nick doesn't want to leave, I don't think. It sounds like he doesn't want to. But you know what? This is not a contract year either. That's why you sign him now, so you're not out there and getting into a bidding war.
Well, what I'm saying is that they're going to sign. They usually sign their contracts in August, right?
Oh man, the Kansas City Chiefs. Can you see this? The man sets his trophy out there. I hate him.
I love him. Don't even do that because you know if he was like, hey, you know if the 49ers
do the same thing.
Purdy, I want you to hang the trophy around your neck like a chain.
I don't care how bad it hurts. You wear that with pride. Oh, look at the place is going nuts. I forgot this is being held in Kansas City, Pop. Of course they're going nuts. They picked up an edge. You're right, Pop. Yeah. Felix, how do you pronounce his name? Felix
I don't even know.
Anadike Uzama. Uzama must be, that's an African name, isn't it? They're not showing him, though. They're still showing.
Dude, I don't even know.
Well, all the edge rushers are gone, Pop.
Yeah. No, they're not gone. They're still there. No, I told you, man. It's like 25, 30 deep.
Outstanding hand.
There's guys out there that can give you. There's guys out there that can give you. I would call it a diet D Ford performance without the heavy D Ford price tag that we're still paying for. By the way, we're still paying for D Ford.
I know.
D Ford. This is Jed. Did you get that check I sent you? You doing all right? Well, okay. Yep.
How many more years is left on that contract?
Well, it's ghost years. So I don't
Oh,
know.
because they kept extending it.
One or
I forgot about
it's
that.
well, if you spread it out with ghost years, you can spread out the payment of the signing bonus. That's how they're doing. So Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year deal, but really it's more like a 15-year deal with a bunch of ghost years. It leaves a lot of wiggle room so that they can continue to sign players.
Sign other people, yeah.
But they won't be heavy players in free agency. But what they'll do is that they'll keep his main man Kelsey happy, and then they'll just keep flipping people in free agency and making trades for cast-offs and stuff like that.
Well,
shame on people.
And we got a lot of contracts we restructured, and we're looking at that same kind of situation for the 49ers coming into the years ahead. So,
but I still think that aren't we like one of the only teams? We're one of the only teams that are giving our own players second contracts, and they're big contracts.
Well, you talk about the rookie contracts? Because we haven't had anybody off the rookie contract yet.
No. Because Fred Warner got paid. He got close to $100 million, right? We paid Greenall. What else did we pay? We paid Armstead. We've been paying our players.
Well, yeah. But that's not coming off their rookie contracts, though.
That's what I'm saying. We paid Kittle. But it seems like we're one of the only teams that does that. And the reason that that's possible is because we're not paying quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what their whole MO is. Steelers get the last pick in the first round. How many picks the Steelers have in the first round?
Who? Steelers?
The Steelers. They're picking the last pick in the first round.
This will be their second.
And that means they traded somewhere up or down. They traded it up. They had to trade up.
The Ravens had a good draft. Ravens always have a good draft.
Yeah, they did well. That
Ravens
kid they picked up, he's going to be tough. But did you check out also what the Hawks did?
No. The Hawks, you got to carefully watch what the teams are doing in your conference, and who they're going after. Right now, they're going after Philly and San Francisco. So you're going to see running backs and defensive line type stuff. That seems to be like really, really common. The Detroit going with the running back and the linebacker. I'm like, man, shit, they're trying to.
Well, the Hawks been
coming after the 49ers
for Tyler and DK,
right?
And then they what's that? They pick up a linebacker. I
right.
forgot but they definitely picked up a guy that can stop Deebo or try to. I said, oh my god! I said, that cornerback they got is tough.
If Deebo would really let a mentor take him under his wing, like the top of the food chain type of mentor, like a Jerry Rice, he would be unstoppable. If he could run routes like Aiyuk and be in top condition, can you imagine Deebo catching a 15-yard out on a cornerback? Poor cornerback.
He's got that kind of Deebo's speed and his route running ability. He's got to work awfully hard. He's going to lose a little weight. Bob, we're going to go ahead and shut down. Tell you what, because we're getting ready to have the fan gathering after it. It's getting late. It's going to be a quickie tonight. But Bob, appreciate you getting in there. So we'll see tomorrow, okay, Bob? Appreciate you, fam. Wow. Sorry, Bob. Anyway, fam, tell you what we're going to do. Getting ready to set up real quick for a late night. I know everybody's up, so I don't know why we're rushing out, but we're going to have to get ready. Give me some feeling on what you think about this draft and what you're expecting for tomorrow. That's the thing for tonight. See you in just a few.